is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. The 2026 Green Bay Packers regular season schedule is out. The opener in Minnesota against the Vikings. The home opener, September 24th, Week 3, Thursday Night Football, hosting the Atlanta Falcons. The finale at home at Lambeau Field against the Detroit Lions. 7 standalone window games, 6 of which are in primetime. The other Christmas Day noon at Soldier Field in Chicago against the rival Bears. 4 of the last 5 games at home at Lambeau Field. Plenty to talk about. Reviewing the schedule coming up on Wilde and Tausch here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Plus, former Packers great Micah Hyde scheduled to appear coming up at 11:30 this morning. Baseball, Brewers winners of the finale yesterday, 7-1. They take down the San Diego Padres. Back on the road, border battle with the Twins tonight, 6:10 first pitch.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
It is the Friday edition. Finally, after all the build-up. It's
oh boy, is right.
Like
Jason Wilde was right. Colin Cowherd, where Wilde was right.
Edition.
Just let Tausch open the show today.
I just did.
What were old boys' takeaways? You heard from Gabe and Alex Strofe.
Not everybody listens every day, though, so I can't.
But not everyone listens every day. Edition. And the You'll Want to Listen Today edition as scheduled to appear on the Yingling Legends line. He's certainly a legend in my book, one of my favorite players I ever covered, and someone who will give us insight both into his doppelganger as a player, Evan Williams, who joined us a few weeks ago, and Bobby Babich, the Packers' new secondary coach. Micah Hyde, scheduled to appear edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing, stupendous, fantastic ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I am Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. I fully expect him to slide in there to the actual studio and sit with Tausch. And
I don't see O-Dog anywhere, though.
O-Dog needed a day off today, so it's
He's
just me.
learning.
because he did so much of the work.
I'm very nervous that he's learning too much from you.
Well, have you been nervous that every producer that's come through here has learned too much from me?
I think those producers should be nervous that that's the case.
And that voice you hear belongs to the Packers Hall of Famer.
Get that close. That was way too close for you. That camera was way
Okay,
too
first
close.
of all, that's off air, and I'm adjusting it to get to where it needs to be, so no one else saw that
That's
but
not me.
you.
Jay
but thank
said,
you for pointing that
welcome in. So you nailed it, man. You nailed it. The NFL, seeing Micah Parsons as the star that he is, and with his injury, they wanted to give a buffer, and they basically told you this. I think Micah will be back before that Bear game to kind of get loaded up, but they kind of, Micah told them in January, hey, this is where the media and all the conduit and all the stuff and getting this information, because especially now with AI and with everything else, you formulate ideas and you get all this information and it squeezes it down. The league office and the schedulers, I do believe, and it's not that it's our show or you, but with the conglomeration of all of this, getting the info from Micah and the Packers, you've deducted correctly that they're going to kind of go, it wasn't that they're trying to do the Packers a favor, it's they're doing themselves a favor. I want to make sure I'm crystal clear.
They're doing their television partners,
which pay the bills,
favors,
and that's why when people say fans, the fans are getting squeezed out when they got to go on a Wednesday night and they play at Thanksgiving. Yeah, hey, you guys knew it, but now you're really kind of getting slapped in the face with it. And by the way, you love it. We love it. So it is what it is. But the Packers, I do believe, this schedule. And I looked at last year's schedule. I thought it was rough. I thought that it was tough. Obviously, 2 years ago, having to fly out to Brazil. I looked through this schedule last night when I got home, and I was looking for what is the real, the meat and potatoes. Oh, my God, is this going to be brutal?
Murderer's Row, if you will.
There isn't a murderer's row. Now, there's good teams. Don't get me. I'm not saying this is Cupcake City. No. There are good teams on the schedule, but to play 4 of your last 5 at home, right?
Mm-hmm. Unprecedented in the 16 or 17
4
game
of your 5 at home. And
history.
I would argue your toughest road game, you got to bye. You're coming off a bye. You're going to get 10, 11 days of rest on a Wednesday.
9.
Then you're going to flip and get almost, a week and a half before another, what I think will be a difficult road game in New Orleans. You don't have any other than the start, and the Jets stink. Okay? The Jets absolutely stink. Your opener's going to be tough at Minnesota. No, absolutely. But if you only can look and say one game and then there's a buffer, you win in this scheduling world. This schedule, we saw it already with mileage. It's beautiful. You don't have, other than the LA Rams trip, these are all cupcake flights in the most part. And your toughest games, you're buffered. So this schedule lines up perfectly for the Green Bay Packers to finally get back and win the NFC North.
That's a good schedule.
So no. It is a great schedule. It's not good. It is a great schedule.
So, as I mentioned yesterday,
but what is the toughest part of this bad boy? If I'm saying, all right, my meat and potatoes, at Detroit, Carolina, at New England, that is the toughest 3-game stretch that I can see as far as where Green Bay looks.
Yeah, I would agree. And to your point about the opener, yes.
Trap game already. Everybody's going to be saying, Carolina trap game. I'm going to call it right now, Prime Video trap game.
Just like last year.
And they got when they had
their
trap game.
They got trapped by
Carolina. They lost a limb in that trap.
It's actually not a trap game because it was a trap game last year.
They got mauled by that Panther.
Can't be a trap game when you already got trapped.
Yep. But it's going to be a double trap game.
To your point about the opener, and Gabe said, look, I don't love the fact that an offensive line that I'm not super confident in, not knowing where Zach Tom will be. I assume he'll play. But again, how rusty or how much work will he have gotten in camp, et cetera, et cetera. Jordan Morgan becoming the full-fledged starting left tackle and going against that defense in week 1 with unscouted looks. That's all great. On the flip side of it, though, I would rather face Kyler Murray with no experience in Kevin O'Connell's offense than face him as they do on November 15th when you would think he has a better idea of what he's doing. So even that one, while it is on the road to open the season, it's not that bad. Back-to-back road games to start the year. I would have liked to have spoken to someone from the organization to talk about whether or not that has anything to do with letting the field recover.
If that was an ask by them and they were granted it. Okay.
Fighting Illini, as I said yesterday, the Notre Dame-Wisconsin game on September 6th. But, yes, 3 out of the first 4 on the road. The Buccaneers aren't a cupcake. The Falcons on a short week, but at home, that's your only home game. Each of those 4 games, which the circumstances might be a little challenging, are not that bad. And, again, as I mentioned, they went to the 16-game schedule in 1978. Never before now have the Packers had 4 of their last 5 games at home in a season. And they talk about the frozen tundra, and they talk about wanting cold, the warm weather teams coming to the cold. You got 2 warm weather teams and a dome team. The only team that's a fellow cold weather team is Buffalo. And I would much rather play Buffalo at home than on the road. So you're 1,000% right. I agree with Tausch, as the 3D printed item says.
And then you start looking at some of these other team schedules, and ESPN did a thing this morning on it. The Rams and the Niners. Like, there are, the NFC West, the Cardinals are kind of, this is just if I'm equivocating, the Cardinals are kind of the Vikings, and the Vikings are much better than the Cardinals. But their murderer's row with the Seahawks, Rams, Niners, probably very similar to the Packers. The Packers' toughest games are going to be their division games. And that's, you need to win. And the
as
goal
you
needs
mentioned,
to be, and that it's been an Olympiad since we've had that. That needs to be goal number 1. All this other talk of winning championships and that stuff, I want it, but we need to get a little more micro-y with our thoughts. And we need to start zoning in and say, this is, it used to be, oh yeah, hand him a T-shirt. This T-shirt, yep, hat and T-shirt. Now, we need to refocus and really put our juice into that, because that will be, those games will decide, obviously, who's going to win the division. But when I look at the rest of that schedule, and most of these teams outside, the Bears are playing a first-place schedule. Why I believe Detroit is in such a good spot. The fourth-place schedule, it does matter, because those 2 or 3 games that end up flopping one way or the other certainly makes a huge difference, especially as bad as some of these other fourth. And you're going to be, this is going to be, you think there's inequities in the world and everything else. There is inequities in this NFL in a big way. There are divisions that are, they're not even, there's no top. There's bottoms. Like, if you're playing in that NFC with the Texans and all of that, like, the Titans stink. Like, you're going to be in position like, woo, all right.
Like 2 years ago, when the Packers didn't beat any of the good teams on their schedule, went 0-6 against the Vikings, the Lions, and the Eagles, including the playoff game, but got fat on the AFC South.
Yeah, exactly.
The Lions play the Cardinals this year, while the Bears play the defending Super Bowl champs, and the Packers play the Rams.
That's a little bit of a split. Exactly. And that's why I like Detroit a lot more. I'm pretty sure when we go down to Hard Rock Casino Rockford Monday, I'm going to take a long look at some of those win-losses. I'm going to dabble a little bit, and I think that dabbling is going to lead me to Detroit.
What did you think of the schedule release video?
I didn't see it.
You didn't watch it?
No, I didn't.
Jesse, did you watch it?
I'm over all this. Like, it was cute. The Titans did that fun one a while ago.
Oh, they did a good one again, by the way.
Yeah, kind of. I saw the Kirk Cousins and Mendoza and the Step Brothers deal. It's cute, but
it's cute.
Just give me the meat and potatoes, man. I ain't interested in all that other stuff.
Fair enough. Jesse, did you see it?
I did see it. I actually have it down. I'm downloading it as we speak. I thought we were going to get to it a little bit later in the program, so I'm going to play it in the background.
Well, now Tausch will be able to see it. It works out great.
Yeah, I just need a minute to get it situated here for us.
We'll talk more about the structure of this schedule. We will not do what Strofe and Gabe Neitzel and I did on the schedule release program, which is go week by week and pick wins and losses, unless old boy wants to do that anyway.
No, I'm not interested in the. Wait a minute now. I'm going to tell you who my my loss, because I'm going to pick Green Bay to win a lot of games, which is going to surprise you.
You will do that after you tell us about what a winner you can be when you get Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, indeed, if you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, now is the time, because Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, they have a bunch of different zero-interest financing options available to you. And in Wisconsin, your home takes a beating year-round. The right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit for your home and within your budget, all with zero-interest options for you. You can upgrade now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
We'll take a deeper dive in the schedule, and then I do have a more serious question for Tausch that is not related to the schedule. It's related to something that happened in Sydney's soccer game last night that I found myself discussing with some of the dads at the game, because it was a little bit traumatic. I'll get his thoughts on that at some point as well. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Now you know I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. I loved it then, and I love enjoying Pizza Hut, making new memories with my family now. It's also safe to say things were a lot less expensive when I was a kid, and everything seems to be extra expensive right now, except this. At Pizza Hut, you can get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10. You can try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust, crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, and finished with a garlic parm seasoning. Available for delivery or carryout. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. A great meal to feed the whole family for just $10. Yep, that still exists. Feed good times with a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 right now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Ford and Metro Kia of Madison. Find the Metro family of auto dealers online or see them in person on the east side of Madison today.
Every minute of every day, another person loses their life to cancer. That's why Stand Up to Cancer has set a bold goal to make early stage detection an essential part of standard of care for all cancers. So join the mission and help save lives today at standuptocancer.org.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health. They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Hi, it's Eric with Canopy Wealth Management. Taxes are intricate, and even smart savers can unknowingly work against themselves without a clear tax strategy. At Canopy, we help you assess your options and you make more intentional decisions with your money. Small adjustments today can lead to meaningful differences in your long-term financial future. At Canopy Wealth Management, care, competence, clarity is not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
We're on the Badgers.
This Badgers team is going to go as far as Colton Joseph takes them.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
When he is at the top of his game, this offense could be awesome.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Standalone games for the Packers on this schedule. 6 of them in prime time, and 5 of those 6 primetime games are at home. Tausch,
Can we acknowledge that the NFL has decided to go all in on standalone games and really highlighting the big boy teams in these standalone windows? It used to be Thursday were throwaway games, and I'm guessing Amazon said, you want us writing these big fat checks, you're going to give us these big fat players.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so we acknowledge that. And the Packer fans, I think for as much as I'm saying I love this schedule for the team, 2 Thursday nighters, I think is there a Monday nighter on there too?
Oh, yeah. Texans.
So not going to be a ton of Sunday home football. I mean, there's still enough, but this is kind of just another reiteration to fans kind of where we're at when it comes to the pecking order of how this all shakes out.
As of now, and I was talking to Chewy about this on Jen Gave and Chewy this morning, and he said what you've always said. Players would take 16, or in the case of today's schedule, 17 noon Sunday games.
Mm-hmm.
Creatures of habit. And this is definitely not a creatures of habit type schedule either. If that last game of the season against the Lions at Lambeau is moved to a Saturday, they would play on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They'd only be missing Tuesday.
We need to get some Tuesday football.
Tuesday night football. How about Tuesday at 3 p.m. in the afternoon football like you've proposed for other broadcasting options?
Yeah.
I don't think they will move that final game to Saturday because they play in the Monday night finale on that Monday. So I don't think they would have them play Monday and then Saturday.
You're so cute.
Yeah,
you think that's going to affect
They don't
anything?
care.
No, they're playing on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
but they have a week off before they play on Wednesday.
It's no, because again, as Tausch knows, because he played for Mike Sherman. Mike Sherman used to love to use the bye week as a hammer to either reward as a carrot or, hey, you guys
win,
better
you get off.
Yeah, you better get your blank together.
They mandate you have to have, I think, 5 days. Or whatever.
Right, and obviously now, like if this was a normal Sunday game the following week after the bye, they would have the full week off. They would come in Monday briefly after their Sunday game, and then they'd be free to move about the country. And then they would be due back Monday morning the following week, and they'd have a light workout, etc. With a Wednesday game, that's not going to be the case. They're going to have to come back sooner than that. And so they basically have a truncated bye, and then they have another pseudo bye on the other side of the Saints game.
And they got other buys with the 3-day Thursday game early in the season.
Yeah, but you still got... I always love that, because, and you know this because you obviously have experienced it. Yeah, that's great and all to have that mini bye, but you also need that just to recover from playing Sunday, Thursday, the way you do to get that mini bye. So it's not... all puppy dogs and ice cream.
It's awesome once it's over.
If you win.
Well, I mean, regardless, it's great for the players. You do get extra, and you practice a lot less. So players would rather you want to be rested, you want to be ready to go. But young players, I think, love, and I think coaches to a certain extent, because a lot of times, especially on Monday night home games, by Sunday, when you're getting into a rhythm, man, you do get like, all right, we're going to do another Friday practice. What? Like, guys, there is a minimal amount to it, but yes, the wear and tear and all of the mental fatigue of getting up for that, you do need a beat after you get done with it.
So the reason why, and as much as I appreciate your public praise of my alleged scheduling brilliance, the whole basis of that is what you have said for a very long time. It is a star-driven league, right? I mean, it's why they protect quarterbacks to the degree that they do. And then there are a handful of players that are so special that don't play quarterback that are really, really, really important to the way this league functions.
Yep.
And
now, I want to preface this with Myles Garrett and the Browns didn't get the same scheduling.
Right, but he plays on a crap. You can't be a great player on a crappy team.
I just want to preface it, and that's I wanted to preface. That was all.
But to your point about the Micah Parsons effect, I do believe it's because he is such a special player on a potentially Super Bowl caliber team. But 6 primetime games, 2 Thursday nights, 2 Sunday nights, a Monday night, the Thanksgiving Eve Wednesday night. Those are all primetime games, and then the other standalone game, as Jesse mentioned, is the Christmas Day at noon. I would have loved to have gotten Matt LaFleur's thoughts on that as well, but we didn't. But when you look at this, the Packers draw well. Even when you don't view them as a clear-cut Super Bowl contender, the networks know they draw eyeballs. They get it. But when you look at this schedule, does it even buoy your opinion that this is a division-winning, potentially, obviously they have to get it done, Super Bowl contending football team when they get... The only team that got more primetime games are the Rams. They got 7. Otherwise...
Rams got a tough slog now.
They do.
They got a tough
starting
slog
in Melbourne
now. It's not like we didn't know who the Packers were going to play.
Right.
There are little things that I think can steal a game or two along the way, and I think this schedule allows the Packers to do that. You know, that Rams game, if that was a short week and you had to fly out there, if it was a Sunday to Thursday or something of that ilk, you'd be a lot more concerned.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be, they will break this, we used to always break it into quarters, 4 games a stretch, and that's how then you'd evaluate and you'd go forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how I would think now that you can't break it up evenly anyways. I would think you're going to look at this thing, and that Rams game will be highlighted, and it will be focused on in a big way because of that time. And that was by far, looking at it, I thought, outside of the divisional games, the toughest road game that the Packers will have. That's usually how I judge how good a football team is.
So do I hear a recall of last year's when the schedule came out? They're going to lose in Denver. Am I hearing you proclaim?
No, I think we're going to win out in L.A. I think we're going to have a big crowd, and I think the Rams. We'll worry about that when we get there. I am not going to make any proclamations today.
Not even the game they're going to lose? I thought you always do.
I looked it over. I have an idea of which way I'm going to lean on that.
Oh.
I got an idea.
Okay.
Of where I'm at. I think it might be early in the season, if that's a little teaser for you. So
the Jets? They're going to lose to the Jets?
I'm going to take a look at it, and then I will give you my "this is who we won't beat" deal.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
We're going to get into the way the division games fall coming up, including, from what I could tell from our little Wilde and Tausch Village group chat, there may be a green season ticket holder who's a little bit displeased
Are you
with
green?
which games. No, gold, but I don't have them. My brother does. But
No, I was asking Jesse. Is that your green package? My bad. I was looking.
We do not have the Milwaukee tickets. I forget which one is which.
Green is Packers.
Green
Gold
is Green Bay. That's the easiest way to remember.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we have that one.
Well, your brethren may be irritated. There was some of the infighting that occurs between those two groups during last night's schedule release show with Alex Strofe and Gabe Neitzel and myself. But before we get to those gold package games and the division games, which you may have figured out, they're both related, let's talk a little bit about American Family Insurance.
Well, we certainly can, and American Family Insurance has been a proud partner of Wilde and Tausch from the jump. And since 1927, they've been committed to making life better, and I appreciate that. In football, you build something that lasts by protecting what matters most. It's no different at home. With the right home and auto coverage, with American Family Insurance, you get protection you can count on, so you're free to focus on your family and those dreams that you're chasing. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
All hail King Vaughn.
3-2 to Vaughn. And a fly ball to left. Back at the track. Bye-bye baseball. Welcome back, Andrew Vaughn.
You're listening to Madison's home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball. 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, encouraging you to save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar. Whether it's for an upcoming summer vacation, college tuition, in advance of a life-changing purchase, or just because you're financially responsible, everybody is always looking to save money. Well, you can save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch with Everlight Solar. Our family made the switch to solar after looking around for quite some time. At first, we weren't quite sure where to even start. That's when we met the great team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more. Schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going. Lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Brewers fans, cheer for the crew with jewelry that's always a hit.
At Chalmers Jewelers, we're proud to be an official retailer of Milwaukee Brewers jewelry for fans who know diamonds aren't just on the field.
Prices start at just $40. That's almost less than a beer and a hot dog at the stadium.
Nothing says Brewers fan like jewelry that hits a home run.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Spring is here. Time to get growing at Felly's Flowers and Greenhouse. Felly's has everything you need to bring your garden to life, including the largest selection of locally grown annuals, perennials, vegetable plants, and custom hanging baskets. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just getting started, Felly's Greenhouse in Fitchburg has the best selection to make your garden bloom. Proudly voted Best of Madison, choose Felly's Flowers as your go-to garden destination. Visit us today and grow with Felly's.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Feel the thrill, chase the excitement, and win big. With jackpots soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Minnesota Twins.
1-2, fly deep, left field, back track, back wall, see you later! Joey Ortiz has left the building.
Tonight on 100.5 ESPN.
The Packers' 2026 schedule is on the books. It'll be in the books around January 9th or 10th. We will see how they fare. I feel fairly confident that a year ago at this time we would not have picked them to lose in Cleveland, nor would we have expected them to, well, we wouldn't have known they even had Micah Parsons at this time, but lose 4 in a row to end the season and then lose a playoff game the way they did to the Bears. So we will see how it unfolds. But speaking of the Bears and Lions and Vikings, oh my, the Packers' divisional matchups are kind of sprinkled all over the schedule. There are some years where it feels like it's backloaded, Tausch, with the matchups. Sometimes, they've had years where they started with the Lions and ended with the Lions, or started with the Bears and then saw the Bears again 2.5 months later. They open on the road in the division against the Vikings. That is their first of their 6 division games. Then, as part of the gold package, much to the chagrin of some, their second home game of the year will be against the Bears. They then go to Detroit on October 25th. They play at home against the Vikings, and if you're sensing a theme, in the gold package game, number 2, in the 5th home game. Second and 5th home games always go to that package.
Oh, boy.
Which I don't understand why they continue to stay committed to that. And then 2 of their last 3 games are against division teams, against the Bears on Christmas in Chicago at Soldier Field, a noon start on Christmas Day, and then the regular season finale at Lambeau Field. If you're a Packers fan, you would prefer it to go better than it did when they finished the regular season in 2022 in this fashion. Either Saturday, January 9th, or Sunday, January 10th, against the Lions at Lambeau. So, Tausch, when you look at that, and you have been at the forefront of this team needs to win the division. I think, Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong, the reel that we have on Facebook, I still get alerts from that of people liking it or commenting on it. And Tausch said that like a month and a half
ago. It's a popular one, yeah. People love that one. It keeps popping up everywhere.
How does the divisional schedule behoove the Packers to do what you have commanded them to do?
Well, I'm nervous, obviously, about the first game at Minnesota. The good news is they have a first-time quarterback for them under their system, trying to figure things out. Mm-hmm. But their defensive coordinator stayed, and so there's a lot of things. It'll be all juiced up there. You know that. You're not going to have Micah more than likely. Tucker will be probably just feeling his way, or at least
on a pitch count.
But yeah, we don't know that. We don't know the Zach Tom part. We don't know the other. There's a lot of that'll be as hostile of an environment as that O-line will have to play in, outside of probably New Orleans. So it's going to be it'll be a huge challenge. But as far as how the rest of it sets up, I just think that this schedule really sets up nicely in the fact that there's again, you're looking for buffers. There's going to be some games that go the way you shouldn't or you wouldn't want that to happen. We saw that last year. Nobody would have said that we'd lose to Cleveland. We did. Nobody would have said we'd lose to Carolina at home. We did. So there's always those little wrinkles, but you're just looking to see how it lines up and rest, all of the things. It'll still come down to, and all this is great. I love that. This is my favorite schedule release of all time, just because of the build-up and all of the, the leakage that they're doing. The NFL is leaking just enough to get you kind of thinking, and then it makes you think about thinking about it. But this one here, I just think it all sets up really well to get back on top of the North. And then you start factoring in what the Bears schedule, who they have to play that Green Bay doesn't. Detroit would concern me because I do think Detroit caught some nice breaks on their end of their scheduling as well.
Okay. They certainly get the advantage of finishing with a 9-8 record, but losing the tiebreaker with the Vikings, thanks to that colossal Vikings win in the last game of the regular season. So they got the fourth place schedule, which is it only affects 2 games really, but it still makes a difference, as you pointed out. So is your confidence higher, lower, or about the same in this team being able to win its division?
Higher. Much higher. Last year's schedule was tough. There was some breaks and some things that didn't
Week 5 bye
kind of play itself out. The bye falls at a much better spot, and especially with what the NFL is doing from a scheduling standpoint on that Wednesday, there's just a lot of things. I think 2 weeks is a long time to not play a game. I actually like the 10 or 11 day split.
So I was just going to ask you that.
Well,
explain to me how that how if you let's put you back in your number 65. And this schedule comes out with it set up that way, because I saw some debate among the Packers Twitterverse about whether they're getting hosed by not having a full-fledged bye, or they're getting done a favor by having 2 not full-length buys, but 2 one's 9 days and one's 10 days. Seems to me that's a pretty decent deal.
I'd much rather have that. I'm telling you, there's a stretch, and especially with how that goes, you're going to end up with 1 game. And how many days did you just say it was? 20 some odd days between the bye and then the Rams and then the Seahawks or the Saints.
Yep.
And that is your only, I believe, outside of the openers, back-to-back roadies in the whole.
Correct.
Team.
Yes.
So that's another thing. You don't ever want to feel like it's one road trip after another, and you can the road trips you have to kind of rejuice yourself and focus, and it's just a different type of energy that you have to go win on the road in the NFL. And just from a player standpoint, you want to have 2 or 3 days where you just shut your mind off, but your mind is never really shut off.
Mm-hmm.
It's always on it. You're not going to go do a week-long trip with family down to Cancun. Like, we've seen that movie before. It doesn't work. You're going to go and get 2 or 3. You're going to want to get home. You're going to just settle. For guys that don't live in Green Bay, you just want to get away for 2 to 3 days, come back, and then just reset. And then to be able to do that again, it is much better than having a long break where there's the rust part of it and all of the other stuff that you can just mentally and physically regroup and then get back to it in 9 or 10 days rather than the long, oh, my God, we're doing another day of just fundamentals. Coaches probably love the 2 weeks, but I think coaches, they want to get their guys on edge, and they want to get them where they're physically ready to roll and mentally chomping to get back at it, not mentally, 2 more weeks. This is that perfect balance. I'd pick this 100 out of 100 times compared to having a 2-week break.
Did you, Jesse, look at the other teams' schedules? Tausch just referenced some of the breaks that the Lions get. I have not delved deeply into those other teams' schedules, but do they have...
What was your big reaction? You and Strofe and Gabe, I didn't catch your show last night. What were the reactions from your team?
Well, as you know, I think the world of Ron Wolf, and I dabbled a little bit with AI, trying to make a claymation version of him that could have been in their video, because he would have, and again, he's 87 years old. He's not worried about what the Packers' schedule is. I think he's more interested in the Patriots' schedule since his son runs their personnel department. But this is, as I mentioned leading into the schedule release, he looked for two things. Everybody looks for different things on the schedule. We heard Brian Bulaga talk about how he looks to see when he's going to get the premier pass rushers when he was playing. But Ron looked for two things. He didn't want 3 straight weeks of road games, which I think the 96 Packers had to do twice. Still managed to win the Super Bowl. And he wanted as many games at home down the stretch as possible, which no blank. When you play in the frozen tundra, you want to make sure that you get that. And that was the first thing my eyes went to was because of what I was expecting at the front end of the schedule, I was thinking, I'm thinking they're going to be in a pretty good spot down the stretch. And lo and behold, again, the stat from Nate LaCasio from the Packers PR department, they went to the 16-game schedule in 1978. The Packers have never had 4 of their last 5 games at home until now. So to me, for a team that lost 4 in a row, and I don't think it was because of the locations of the games to end last season, but they need all the help they can get. We've heard them talk about finishing games, finishing the season. Well, the way that schedule lines up, and with the one road game being against your arch rivals in the place where you peed down your leg not once but twice last season, I like the way the bottom half of their schedule. I mean, they could end up, if they can beat the Bills, and I understand there's a lot of variables, they could end up going into the playoffs on a pretty good heater. And so that was the biggest thing that jumped out at me from what helps this team's chances. On the flip side, to your point about noon games, I am curious about how they will handle, and Matt LaFleur's talked about this a lot, how they will handle the disjointed nature of their schedule. Everything but a Tuesday or a Saturday game. 2 noon games on the home schedule. 2 out of 9. They have a couple of road noon games.
And that Viking game will probably get flexed.
Right. So, Tausch nailed it right out of the chute. Like, I just think that you still got to play the games. You don't know where teams are going to be. We always say this. It's not who you play, it's when you play them. And when we say that, it's not about when you play them based on today, right, Tausch? It's when you play them based on where they are when that game arrives on your schedule and they're missing their starting left tackle or their quarterback is out with a concussion. Like, that's where it's not who you play, it's when you play them comes into focus, right?
Yep.
So those were the things that jumped out at me. I will be very curious to see how they finish the season. If they are healthy, and this was my takeaway in my Channel 3000 story when I had to make a prediction, if they are healthier than they were last year, because
who makes you make a prediction?
I kind of make myself do it, actually.
Because you don't have an editor. You run that whole shop.
Why don't
right?
you make yourself make a prediction here?
You don't even have an editor. Yeah, why?
What's different about
that's
that
what I'm
job
so confused
than this job?
about.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have an editor here either. You can do whatever the hell you want on the show.
Make yourself make a prediction.
Well, wait a minute. I predicted the record on the schedule release show.
Well, what
I
was
did the same thing last night.
Not everybody listens every day. What's your prediction?
Well, we didn't do predicting their record yesterday, Jesse.
Schedule release show.
That is correct.
All right.
Nice work. We didn't predict the
what
record.
Do you got? 14
we didn't have
and
the
3?
schedule yet.
So what did you predict them at?
11-6.
Ooh, it's hedgy. Very hedgy.
Dude,
that's the over
we're
on
about
the
to celebrate our 10th
total.
anniversary, and you're surprised by my hedginess?
10.5 wins. He's got the over. That's a take.
I do.
We'll take that from him.
All right.
And if you guys want to, put a few shekels on that down at Hard Rock Casino Rockford based on my 11-6 prediction, go right ahead.
I'm going to go. There's a couple of things I'm definitely going to go. Jesse and I
are you going to tell us what they are?
Yeah, I want to go when we go down to the sports book and we go in there and do it. I will.
Full review on Monday.
Absolutely. And it is a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. Hard Rock Casino Rockford offers the most generous and most frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest. Join the Hard Rock Casino Rockford this month for a Triple Rev Harley giveaway. It's your chance to win a 2026 Harley-Davidson Lowrider motorcycle featuring ready suspension, a heavy breather intake, and a performance-tuned 2-to-1 exhaust. This exceptional machine delivers refined power, sharper handling, and unmistakable Harley-Davidson craftsmanship. Earn entries now through May 24th, with grand prizes given away at 9 p.m. on Friday, May 22nd, Saturday, May 23rd, and Sunday, May 24th. Official rules are at casino.hardrock.com and on site at the Players Club. And Jesse and I will be in that sports book on Monday. And I know of at least 3, depending on the numbers. I love the Jordan Love MVP pick last year. With the numbers, I hope that those numbers are similar. I guess that they're going to be lower. And I'll have to make a debate on, I'll have to think through that. But to win the North, it's a probably very similar thought process. Last year we lost. I don't think we're going to lose this year.
Yeah, I love
Play
the
Dine
numbers.
and shop and enjoy live shows at the Sportsbook, Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. About 60 minutes is when I'll be leaving around 7:55-ish to get down there.
This will
for our
be
9 o'clock
interesting with
show.
us driving separately this time to see who starts when and arrives when and who's on time and who's not.
Are they giving odds on being tardy?
For the party?
Marty?
I'll be later than Jesse, I believe.
Oh, I would have bet me being late if because you're not holding me to a deadline to pick you up by a certain time,
fair.
so I'll be a little
I'll be there
lackadaisical
before
getting out of
Jesse.
the house.
So I lied. The first thing that jumped out at me when the schedule was released yesterday was not the 4 home games in the last 5 weeks. It wasn't when the bye fell. I will tell you what it was, because I specialize in meaningless games. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here, and it's another Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. Stick around to hear some of the best feel-good stories of the week to close out today's show and start the weekend right. And speaking of starting something right, it's one of the best times of year to get to work on your home's paint project. When you're ready to get started, do what my family did and trust the pro painters at Hallman Lindsay Paints. Hallman Lindsay is the one paint that can withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. That's why it's truly Wisconsin's best paint. Get connected with the pro painter best for what your project calls for by stopping into any Madison area Hallman Lindsay location and simply asking a member of the team. Hallman Lindsay, great paint, great people. Check them out at hallmanlindsay.com. And stick around for Feel Good Friday coming up to close out today's show, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio joined the Jump Around Thursday afternoon, and he took umbrage with the fact that Barry Alvarez wasn't included on the search committee for Wisconsin's next athletic director.
We have to ask the question, is Wisconsin football successful or is Barry Alvarez successful? If we're saying football is the lifeblood of the university and football is the lifeblood of the sports department, why would Barry Alvarez be involved? Because if you care about football first, football's never been good without Barry Alvarez.
Wisconsin weather is unpredictable. Your windows shouldn't be. Upgrade with Pella and get 0% interest until 2030. Order by April 30th at PellaWI.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
At Associated Bank, we thought about speaking like other banks with hoity-toity names like Total Privilege Pay or something. But we don't speak bankish, we speak your language. When we say 2-day early pay, we mean you get paid 2 days early. $50 overdraft grace zone? That's a grace zone of up to $50 if overdrafts happen. And maintenance fee free account? Well, that speaks for itself. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. And when you look around right now, everything seems to be extra expensive in the world. Except this. Right now, get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 at Pizza Hut. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, finished with garlic parm seasoning. Available for delivery or carryout. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. Feed good times. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
To the program know a couple of things. One, we're getting ready to celebrate our 10th anniversary as a radio program.
A lot of fun planned for that this summer, by the way.
YouTube show, podcast, however you like to consume the program. We are certainly very grateful that you choose to do so. So thank you for that. And that ever since that fateful day in Minneapolis where the Packers sat everyone and threw poor Clayton Tune to the wolves of the Brian Flores defense, Tausch loves to give me a hard time about going and covering that game, which I didn't know at the time would be as meaningless as it turned out to be.
Oh, you had a pretty good idea.
No,
you definitely did before you drove up there. Like what?
Well, I knew before I drove there.
A couple weeks in advance, we had a pretty good idea.
That thing was wrap.
Christmas Day, we knew it was kind of.
After we lost to the Bears, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
A game that I was also at, and that I was not expecting that game to go the way it did. But Tausch calls it the Bishop's Charities game. This and that. Funny guy. That's great. Well, I have a proposal. Because the thing that I was most excited about when I saw the schedule was that the Green Bay Packers will open preseason play. You know, I love preseason games in Pittsburgh. It will be sometime between August 13th and August 16th.
Flex scheduling preseason. I like that.
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
Mike McCarthy will be the head coach. We think Aaron Rodgers, who predicted this show would not last a year.
He's a complicated fella.
Will be the quarterback, although I can't imagine him playing in that football game. They'll follow that up with a game in Denver, and then the final preseason game will be against the Arizona Cardinals. Head coach Mike LaFleur and Packers head coach Matt LaFleur have already said they plan on having joint practices together. Any chance that Big Mike and Matty Eyebrows would like to do some joint practices in Pittsburgh? And we could all road trip out there.
How fun
see
would
our
that
old
be?
pal ACR. See our old pal Big Mike.
How far is West Virginia from Pittsburgh? Is it not that far?
Why do you want to go to West Virginia?
Because it's one of the states that
he wants to go to that.
I have not been to.
The estate.
What's that place?
I do want to get out there.
I don't remember the name of it.
Greenbrier.
The Greenbrier.
But,
The Greenbrier, yeah.
On the concept of it, I think it's really good. I already have plans, so probably not going to happen on my end. But I think from a show standpoint, we should definitely do it.
Okay. So what you're basically saying is I should go out there.
To me, if they do a joint practice, you need to go out there. You need to get in your car and take your family and go a road tripping down to Pittsburgh. That's what you need to do.
Will gas prices be lower by then?
You ain't going to get on a plane. We know that. And you can't go down to Pato because it's not in Pittsburgh. So you're going to have to get in your car and take your family because you ain't going to go anywhere without. We know that. So you're going to have to all go and that's where you should make a nice family trip out there.
To Pittsburgh.
You and Wally could go from the damn sports show at ESPN. He's from Pittsburgh, so he could show you
he'll
around.
Sub for me. And I will call in. And obviously, you can get Rogers to sit. You can get TJ Watt. You can get Mike. What a deal that would be.
Wilde and Wally.
And now there's no way the Packers are going to do a joint practice with them, right? That's just not going to happen.
Traditionally, they don't do a joint practice before the first preseason game, but the other option would be Denver. Sometimes they only do one. Other times they do two. I still would propose that the way they are approaching the games themselves, you should do 2 out of the 3 games you play to get true value from the preseason. So they'll have family night
this makes a lot of sense. Now, I have to just figure out if there is a way that I don't know how far it is from West Virginia to Pittsburgh. I don't think it's that far.
That's like the college football rivalry. The
That's
backyard brawl.
Backyard
They're very
brawl.
close to each other.
And this should be a no-brainer for us. If they do a joint practice, our show needs to go out there. Minus me.
Do you think if it's on the local Packers TV broadcast for the preseason game, do you think they get an in-game interview with Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
On the sideline.
I do. Yep.
That would be the most highly anticipated in-game preseason sideline interview in the history of preseason football.
I would think they should do it with Jordan and Aaron together. And that's what, if we would go and do that, I would hope we'd get both of them to do it. With Jason's great relationship with both, I think that would be a lot of fun.
That would be fun. I am curious
to get
a
barbecue joint to sponsor this bad boy, the Backyard Barbecue Brawl, and just have a heck of a time down there.
Okay. Why do we need the barbecue joint?
Because why not?
Okay.
Very, very, very frustrating.
Just was wondering.
You big Mike and Matt, 2 of your favorites. And you got your other 2 favorites as quarterback.
Maybe we could do like a round table.
Probably got
coaches.
There's probably a couple other favorites that you got that are
better than a family reunion. This
Uncle Aaron gets to see his kids.
We might have to move
his nephews or whatever they call it, however that works.
We might have to move the Wilde and Tausch 10-year anniversary plans and move it out to Pittsburgh that week.
I'm out. I can't make it. But Jason and your crew, I love it.
We will continue to work on those. I think it would be
really good.
Fun.
This is your best week of ideas you've ever had in 10 years on this show.
Well,
if I'm you, I take next week off. You're not going to be any better. Like, this is your pinnacle.
Okay.
Like, you've reached your pinnacle.
We got to squeeze them for the next 2 hours because it's all done after this week.
He'll probably shut her down. I'm guessing there's a little bit of a shutdown.
That's my rep. Since I'm full of good ideas, I got another idea for you. If you've been injured in an accident, I hope you haven't been. I hope you're listening to the show, enjoying all the nonsense that we deliver for 3 hours each day during the week, and you're feeling great and you haven't been in a car accident, you're not injured in any way. But if you have been, or if that happens down the road, there is only one call to make. One call, that's all. Gruber Law Offices. David and his team for 4 decades have been helping Milwaukeeans and Wisconsinites and residents of the Midwest. They're everywhere now. And they're there to help you get what you deserve if you've been injured in an accident. Don't go anywhere else. Make the call. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch kicks off in 2 minutes. So stick around for more.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Upgrade to Iron Jock. Available now at ironjock.com.
This is Badger basketball coach Greg Gard.
Wisconsin wins the Big Ten.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The 2026 NFL schedule is out. The Green Bay Packers with 7 games in standalone windows this season, 6 of which are in primetime. The other Christmas Day, noon on Netflix in Chicago against the rival Bears. Opener on the road against the Minnesota Vikings, a 3:25 kick on Sunday, September 13th. The finale at home against the Detroit Lions on either Saturday, January 9th or Sunday, January 10th. 4 of the final 5 games of the season are home games at Lambeau Field for the Packers. Plenty of reactions to the schedule continuing all day long here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, including more Wilde and Tausch coming up next. Baseball, the Brewers 7-1 winners over the San Diego Padres yesterday. Back on the road, border battle, 3-game series on MLB rivalry weekend, visiting the Minnesota Twins. 6:10 first pitch tonight. That was bumped up because of the Timberwolves home playoff game tonight. Wisconsin softball and Baylor in the tournament at 12:30.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Jesse has grand designs of playing the Packers schedule release video. For those of you watching on YouTube who haven't seen it, like Tausch, that'll be your first look at it. You'll be able to enjoy that. I'm not sure how it'll play if we give it the Tausch going for a walk listening to a TV show.
Well, yeah, it hasn't worked with Homeland like I'd wanted.
Homeland is so good.
It's so good, and I think I feel like I've probably missed a little bit by. Now I think I know the general, and I'm right at the end of season 1, and I'm debating. I'm going to try to get my walk in later this afternoon, and I'm debating finishing it, but I got some other stuff that I want to listen to, and it's
half the show is in subtitles because they're speaking another language. How do you think you're watching the show in your pocket?
I still can't believe you thought this was a good idea.
If there's subtitles, I pull it out. Now, has anyone come up with a way of putting, like, getting it where you can walk and have like a thing in front of you so you can watch as you're walking?
Well, that seems safe.
Like a treadmill. But I want to be outside. Get that
like
good
a
vitamin
treadmill.
D. No, it's treadmill.
Move your treadmill
Put
outside.
your treadmill outside.
No, I'm not going to do that. But you get what I'm saying.
Don't be ridiculous.
That's crazy talk. That's absolutely crazy talk. But what is this in reference to again? Why did you bring up Homeland?
Because we're going to play the schedule release video.
I think what we should do, we can play it during the commercial break for Tausch as a digi only if you're with us on YouTube. Yeah. And then he'll share his reactions when we come back on the show to start the segment.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So what I'm going to do here...
If you guys had to pick one game you don't think we're winning, which game are you thinking?
I thought you said you were like keeping this secret.
Till the 10 o'clock hour, yeah.
Oh.
One game. We ain't winning. Which game are you saying?
I think the Green Bay Packers are going to sweep the Chicago Bears this season.
That's not what I asked, though. I think the Packers are going to beat the Jets. Okay, great. What other questions are we going to answer that I didn't ask?
I like our odds against Atlanta.
Oh, my God. I think we're going to have a hell of a bye week. Like, what are we doing? What game? Okay, Jason, let me rephrase this because this is what you do in the media. Okay, thank you for your answer, but what?
I didn't answer. I was setting up my
you gave me an answer, but it wasn't to the question I asked.
But
so now instead of let me ask you a question, now you've changed it up because you get annoyed with me telling you to stop doing that. Now you just answer a different question. I kind of like this bit that you're doing. Hey, Tausch, what did you think about Giannis and all of this off the field stuff? I don't know. Bobby Portis, a good ball player. What are you doing?
I do.
I'm going to start just answering random stuff about Jason's questions. Well, what do you mean?
That's not. I was setting up my answer by eliminating the Bears games from that.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
It was.
Okay.
I do want to get into what Miles Turner said about the tight ship that Doc Rivers was running.
What
though.
If you have not seen that, holy blank. No, that
with Brianna Stewart
I'm gonna
on
tell you
our
this,
podcast.
That looked a lot worse for Giannis than it did for Doc.
It did. It definitely did, but it also was not great for the Doc.
But we all knew that about it. I mean, Doc's,
for sure.
Doc's reign as the coach here was disastrous. Let's just call it what it was. No, it was disastrous.
So what do you think of Giannis?
Let's see if we get can we get Thanasis on to talk about that with Giannis? That would be. What do you think?
He does do a show called Thanalysis.
I know.
I
I love
what
that
the schedule
pod.
is for that.
Yeah.
I know we did a live version of it. Woo! If you can remember those reads. I think they're going to lose in New Orleans. The New Orleans Saints fancy themselves a playoff team. That's why they didn't want to play the Packers in Paris.
They're going to play the Packers. Oh, gosh. Oh, shucks. The Packers.
They're going to lose to the Saints.
They can't beat the Saints down there in New Orleans.
Put it in the big.
At least they're not in bed.
What are you trying to be Charlie Barons now? Where was that coming from? Now he's so confident and swaggy from his great week.
Not at all.
Now he's testing out new stuff to see if it's as good as he feels invincible. He's got invincibility about him right now, and I love it.
You're going to be fat and happy on beignets.
Oh my God! And now he thinks he can cough on air too. He doesn't even have to use the cough button.
I couldn't get to the cough
Just gotta
button.
hack away. Geez. So you think we can't go down to the bayou?
Not so easy
to bayou. Actually, the Saints. I think that's a good pick, Jason. I think that's a really good pick. You're going to be coming off of hopefully a huge win, a little bit of a bye, a little baby bye, and I think the Saints will be better. I don't know to what degree, but I think they'll be better. But the answer for me is right out of the gates. I think at Minnesota.
I picked them to lose last night on the show too. Yeah,
that's going to be tough, man. I am poo-pooing the Vikings for a lot of reasons, but I still think Kevin O'Connell's a hell of a coach. I really respect what he does. I think Flores is a really good defensive coordinator. They've lost a lot, and they have a quarterback. They don't know what's going to happen. But they have a lot of talent on that team. And I think they're going to be better than we think. I still don't think they're going to be a threat in the long run from a NFC North standpoint. But with all of the things, and with probably no Micah in that building, a lot of pent-up frustration. They're coming off of their big win in the Bishop's Charity game to finish their season.
Not sure about your offensive line against that group and
that
how
defense.
Good is Jordan Morgan going to be at left tackle, and how challenged is he going to be by that scheme and that defense?
It's the worst-case scenario for Jordan Morgan. I'm going to tell you that right now. If he can go up there and perform at a high level in that building with that noise, because that ain't going to be one of these split crowd deals. That's going to be a room full of purple, screaming people.
He's going to be more overconfident than I am.
Yeah, I think we lose to the Vikings to start the season. That's going to be my I'm going to probably headline that up. I'm going to pick that, and that's what I think. If I had to pick one game that I feel kind of Denver-ishy about, that's the Vikings.
Okay. What movie are we going to use? Jesse, what's your game that you think they're going to lose?
Okay, so I wanted to do a little more research to come up with a killer stat to give you here for this
Since
nugget.
when do you do research?
I was starting to do it, and I was interrupted, but I can say this.
When were you interrupted? You weren't
Just
even
now.
talking. Oh.
Point being.
You interrupted yourself.
Okay, start over.
It's in the bag.
I believe the Green Bay Packers will lose at Detroit.
That was my other one that I'm
on
nervous
October
about.
25th, because when the Packers have gone to Detroit to play on Thanksgiving on short rest, they've been good.
Yeah.
When Detroit has had a full week under Dan Campbell to prepare for the Packers in Detroit, I don't believe they have lost to the Packers.
Whoa. Knowledge.
You don't believe, but you
But
haven't
I didn't
completed your
find
research.
all the full
so
research.
you're
Big old
guessing.
knowledge
I know
dropper. So is that
at least the last 3 times when Detroit's had a full week to prepare for the Packers, they beat them at
How
home.
many years has he been coach? Has he been even coach?
I think 6 years he's been there now.
All right.
So I'm Detroit on a full week's rest, preparing for Green Bay on October 25th in a 3:25 window. That one concerns me quite a bit, and I think Detroit beats the Packers that day, and it could have massive division implications.
Nah, it's just going to set it all up for that Saturday night thriller up at Lambeau on Jan 9. That's what it's going to do.
You also said something while we're on the subject of Detroit. You were giving Jason some grief again about covering that Week 18 thriller with Clayton Tune last year.
Yeah.
Is it possible that the Week 18 finale that Jason covered in Minneapolis last year, while meaningless for the 2025 Green Bay Packers, could prove to be incredibly significant for the division title chances for the Packers in 2026?
No.
Because Minnesota won, they play the third-place schedule. Detroit plays the fourth-place schedule,
Okay,
as
so
we
who
talked
are the
about
teams
earlier.
they play? They play Arizona, and the other squad plays San Fran. Minnesota plays San Fran. Detroit will play Arizona. What's the other correlative
Is
games?
it the Giants and Washington?
Both are going to be better. No, I don't think. That game is still a meaningless burger, in my opinion.
A little bit of breaking news from a former Badgers legend who has joined us in the past on the Yingling Legends line. Speaking of legends, I believe we're going to talk to our buddy Mark Oiki briefly to set up casting for kids this weekend, and scheduled to appear at 11:30. A Hawkeyes legend, a Packers legend, and mostly a Bills legend, given that the Packers were foolish enough to let him out the door. Micah Hyde is scheduled to appear in the 11 o'clock hour. So we want to get you ready for that. I do have one thing I want to get to with Tausch. It's going to drag down the mood a little bit, so I'll save that for a little bit later. But next we are going to, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Jesse, we are going to watch the schedule release video as a digi-only, kind of like that Mystery Science 3000 theater or whatever, where they are sitting in the theater and they're commenting as it's playing. Is Tausch going to do that?
Yes, so I'll have everybody set up. This will be on the Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed, on the Wilde and Tausch Facebook page, and because of how we're set up, it'll be on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Unfortunately, if you're watching with us on ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, it will not be able to be heard there, although you will see the video. That's just the way our logistics are set up for our video stream here. So the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, Wilde and Tausch Twitter, Wilde and Tausch Facebook, that's where you can stay with us for the digi-only commercial break, where we will watch the video and then share reactions to follow.
We will do that after Tausch tells us about UW Credit Union.
UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here, and for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here forever. You proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals, and I always tell you about this mobile app. It is fantastic. Offers a simple way to check accounts, make transfers, and more. That is a smart play from the pocket. UW Credit Union is your location for home loans. With UW Credit Union's local experts, a great loan at a great rate is never far from home. Join today at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions to apply.
So stick around during the commercial break on the video feeds. And if you're on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel and you're interested in this, make the switch over to the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark. All right, everybody. We are live on YouTube and on the
You
Wilde
are
and
looking
Tausch
live.
Twitter feed and Facebook
Do you
page.
think we should do more of these digi-onlys?
Depends how they go. Sometimes they can be logistically difficult, but this one
what I
we were
heard.
able to prepare ahead of time for. So, all right, Tausch, you have not yet seen the schedule release video.
I have not seen it, no.
All right. Are you a fan of claymation Christmas specials?
It's not my deal.
Rudolph? Come on.
I just told you I'm not. You asked.
All right.
You should be.
Asked and answered, Your Honor.
Well, without
I just said I'm not a fan. I just said that.
Without further ado,
okay,
here it is.
Welcome to Kicking Cards Arcade.
You only have enough tickets for those cheese curd rings or curd
or that foam cheese sword.
You're like 1,000 tickets short, Tuck.
Not if we pool all of our tickets together, Josh. It glows. Tickets. Gonna get my dagger.
What's that?
Let's go see.
You've got to be kidding me.
We're trapped.
That's right, and if you want to make it out in time for the 2026 season, you'll have to beat the Game Master at his own game.
That's hard, bro.
Let's go.
What's up?
Guys, I'll be right there. Can't you count faster?
You're one mother-loving ticket short.
One ticket?
Hey, Tucker.
Leroy Butler?
I think you dropped this, Tuck.
Aha, thank you. We do this.
Yeah, we do. Go, Pack, go!
Your childhood homes burned to the ground.
Gotta wake up with your piss hot!
Lamborghini.
There's no escape.
Tuck's down there somewhere.
Got it.
My turn. Stiff arm. And there's your dagger.
Let's go.
This is unnecessary roughness.
That's hard, bro.
Packy Packer? The short-lived 1980s team mascot?
Clay Matthews? What is the Claymaker doing here?
I wanted to battle test you to get you ready for the season, but I just got off the phone with the president. He asked me to pass a message along. It is time.
It is time. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
LFG! I get to keep the costume, right?
There it is.
I wish I could see Tausch's face right now.
All right, we will share our reactions to the Green Bay Packers schedule release video coming up in about 30 seconds on Wilde and Tausch.
What did I just watch?
Are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
We're on the Badgers.
The bottom line on it is you're going into a monster season.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
And now there's more change, more things that aren't stable than there ever has been before.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
So I watched Mark Tauscher watch the schedule release video from the Green Bay Packers social media team. Tausch, your thoughts?
I don't get it. I thought bringing. Can we spoiler alert this? Like,
it's been out there for quite a while.
Yep. The Claymaker being out, that was awesome. Like bringing Clay into it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Leroy bringing it into it. I like the player part of it. I don't understand. What are we whipping with ring bologna? Like, who are we beating?
The evil cheese curds, obviously.
But we like cheese curds.
Yeah, I again, they're in.
Like if you're doing that to a lion, or to a bear, or to a Viking, all right. I don't understand. Like, there was no correlation with the teams we were playing.
Right, to any of the opponents. That was exactly my thought.
Yeah, it didn't even go in any order. They just showed the schedule at the end, so the video could have been made like a year ago, and it wouldn't have made a difference.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I understand it's tough, and you got to figure out ways. This is not built for me. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to see the schedule regardless. They're trying to get younger people, and I'm guessing there's some type of a youth game with this, which if that is the case, great. Not for me. Not built for me, not meant for me, and I am not interested in it. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
Now, the Packy deal, there's talk of that mascot bringing back. I don't see that. Now, if you can monetize it, all right.
He's cuddly.
Looks way too much like Ragnar to me.
So in 1983, when you were, 6 years old?
Something in that ballpark, yeah.
I was 11. The NFL, and I think it was through, believe it or not, Avon, like Avon Lady, they had these cuddly mascots for all 28 at the time teams. And they had like little stuffed versions of it. They had them, I think they were also in the Sears catalog or JCPenney catalog, if I remember correctly. I know I have somewhere in a bin some of these cards, including Packy the Packer, who they did bring out as a mascot in the otherwise depressing 80s. I think 84, they then brought out like a human dressed as Packy the Packer. It did not last very long, as Claymation Tucker Craft points out. Does anyone else, like, you have to be fairly old. Jesse has no idea who that is, right, Jesse? Like, you had never seen that ever.
That was new information to me.
I played for the team for 11 years and watched as a kid, and I had no idea this existed.
He's not in the Packers Hall of Fame somewhere near your little
I love
deal.
the fact that they're using ring bologna as like a neck roll, though. I do like that.
Well, they also used it as like nunchucks.
Oh, ring bologna is a very multi-talented piece of meat.
I think Josh Jacobs did. So yeah, it was. I thought that was one of the fun things. I obviously love the "It Is Time" reference. R.I.P. to Kevin Green, who uttered that phrase during the Super Bowl. But generally speaking, I was confused as to why it made no reference to any of the opponents. That would be my one critique from it.
So, was it great or did it suck?
It was mid. I hate to hedge.
Shocker.
It was better than the trippy one they did. Was that last year? The Packers seem to be bad at this.
Wow.
Jeez.
I mean, have they ever done a good schedule release video? Like, maybe that's just not our thing.
I mean,
maybe,
do you have
maybe
to,
we should
are
just
they
roll
mandating it to do that? You have to do that?
Next year, I would like Ed Policy in a suit with a whiteboard to just walk out and say, here's the schedule, and walk away, and that's what we do for the schedule release video.
Might not be a bad idea.
Everyone else is trying to do too much. Let's just go bare minimum. Ed Policy in a suit, here you go.
It does feel as though this has become like some sort of a competition among the different NFL teams' social media staffs, right? Like they're all trying to outdo each other. It's their Super Bowl, basically.
There's three that are good. The Chargers are the best at it. The Titans are very good at it because they had the best one of all time with the logos. And then I think the Colts are pretty good at it.
Okay.
Theirs is usually good. And I watched theirs last night. It wasn't as good as some of their others,
all
but it was
three
good.
of those teams stink.
Yeah, they
don't have great. I mean, we have a great fan base. We care about ball, just like players when they come in. It's if you want to hit South Beach, you want to be out in L.A., New York. Now you want to come play ball and win and be a part of a winning operation. Come to Green Bay. And you want to have a great schedule release? Go to Tennessee.
I would like for the Packers to retire trying to compete with the other teams in the schedule release videos, and I would like us to do something different for next year's 2027 schedule. We don't need a fancy video like this. We need something different.
All right, what is it? Give a solution.
So you're just going to give up?
Let's do, instead of leaking the schedule on the day of the schedule release, put it like the Brewers did a gnome, like the gnomes were hiding in all the county parks giveaway a bunch of years ago.
I remember that,
Like, let's go hide the information about the teams that the Packers are playing at different places around the state of Wisconsin, and fans get to go out and find them.
I don't think the league lets you do that.
I think that's against the rules.
All right, well, I don't know. We got a year to brainstorm.
Good deal.
Let's just not do this anymore.
All right.
They're never good.
I'm curious if other people feel this way. Look, I want to make. I have to admit, I'm not their target demographic for this. Like, they're not trying to get me or you for that matter.
Yeah, they brought a '83 icon back.
Right, but I think it was. I think they were looking for kind of fun little things that, like, when you go see a kids movie, right? And there's like kind of double entendre phrases that are jokes for adults that go over kids' heads. Like Disney does that a lot. By the way, did you see in the spin wheel that they do we can't even say the P hot. Now I know why Jesse wanted the video to be played on the YouTube during the commercial break, because we can't say the Matt LaFleur phrase according to FCC rules. There was also a reference to just the tip, which was from a press conference with Matt LaFleur at one point about a finger injury. I think it was with Roger's thumb or something.
I think that was from Wedding Crashers.
Right, but LaFleur made the reference.
Anytime you got to think too much, it's not good.
You're making my point.
I think they called them Easter eggs. So there were a few that you had to be paying attention for. I did not see them all. I did not get them all. Nice job by Tom Grossi, who had a cameo in there, and of course Leroy Butler and Clay Matthews as well. All right, we need to play trivia. Jesse, I assume this will not be trivia about other schedule release videos.
It will not be. The Chargers did a Halo theme. I'm sure you guys are.
I've never played that game. I watched it only because I was told that there was a couple of references to the Mike Vrabel situation.
Yeah, in fairness, I would have thought that sucked too. So this is not my.
Yeah.
This is not where I would be. Now, I really enjoyed the Raiders because it was football related. And also a movie that I liked.
I'm ready to declare I feel the same way about scheduled release videos that I feel about roasts.
You would like them permanently banned.
They're not for me, and I don't find them particularly funny or overly creative. I think they're pretty stupid. Occasionally there will be a good one, but it's not worth all the bad we get from all the other ones. I am officially saying that is my opinion on scheduled release videos.
You don't like roasts?
No. Oh my God.
Do you not remember this?
Well, I remember he was mad about
his pristine little ears. He couldn't take it.
About poor little Tom Brady.
They did the Kevin Hart one last week.
Oh, I'm still listening. That's another one that's made my list ahead of.
It's just like inappropriate and mean.
That's roasting.
And that's not funny though.
Well, like, don't listen
this real
to it.
life stuff that they're bringing up in this roast. Because it's a roast, it's funny. Otherwise, like, you can file charges against these people for some of the things they're saying to them in this net. Oh, but
you are such a delicate flower.
They're stupid.
You sit here and critique and rip players all the time, and it ain't funny. And you think that's fine on air. But then you don't like comics that are paid to do that? That sign up to do it?
They're not funny.
You're okay.
The 2026 NFL schedule. Today is the Wilde and Tausch trivia category. Questions about the schedule in its entirety across the league as it was announced last night.
We'll take caller 26 for 2026. Make Jesse work a little bit. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 26 will play trivia after I tell you that Steinhaffel's Memorial Day sale is happening right now. Save up to 30% store-wide. Plus, don't miss out on standout deals like a Beauty Rest mattress for just $399. And right now, you can make it even easier to bring it home with Steinhaffel's with their 18-month 0% interest financing. It's all part of the Memorial Day sale at Steinhafels. Shop in store or online at steinhafels.com. Steinhafels, Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. Relax! It's Steinhafels. Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. This spring, look out for the brand new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry iced tea and lemonade and blackberry iced tea and lemonade. No bubbles, no troubles. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
At Carbon World Health, feeling your best isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. From advanced aesthetics and rejuvenating med spa treatments to personalized wellness care, everything there is designed around you. Whether you're refreshing your look, boosting your confidence, or investing in total body wellness, Carbon World Health combines medical expertise with a spa-like experience you'll love. Discover the med spa Sun Prairie is talking about. Book your consultation today at Carbon World Health, where wellness meets results.
Grip it and rip it at the Happy Gilmore Scramble, Sunday, May 31st at the Bridges Golf Course. Get in with a 2 or 4 player scramble. Enjoy golf, drinks, and a meal for $150 per person, or just $130 if you sign up early. Sunday, May 31st at the Bridges Golf Course in Madison.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Is your computer so slow you can hardly use it? Does it have blue screens, malware, viruses, reboots, hardware crashes? Sound familiar? Computers will have problems, and when they do, you need the computer experts at Madison Computer Works. Every day we help home users and businesses keep their computers and networks running smoothly. For solutions to your computer problems, call the pros at 231-8000, and we'll turn this into this. Madison Computer Works. Computers that work for you.
All hail King Vaughn.
3-2 to Vaughn. And a fly ball to left. Back at the track. Bye-bye baseball. Welcome back, Andrew Vaughn.
You're listening to Madison's home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball. 100.5 ESPN.
been a while. It's been a while since we had a first-time contestant. But that's about to change as we play.
This is not our average first-time contestant. This is a voice who we hear a lot on this show, but has just never played trivia. This is going to be fun.
He likes this big package, huh? Big package guy. Right?
Come again?
This is a big package. You got Cousins, you got Vortex, you got Iron Shot.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think I was talking about?
Yeah.
Time now for trivia presented, as Tausch mentioned in his package, by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on. By Iron Jock, no stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. And by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
What are you doing over there?
Well, I realized I'm a walking billboard.
We got coffee again?
I don't know. I brought this from home.
But that's coffee?
This is my Vortex mug with coffee in it here, and I'm wearing my Iron Jock polo.
We got to get back out to Vortex.
So if I just had a Cousin Sub in hand, I would be a walking billboard for Wilde and Tausch Trivia.
Probably in your gullet.
Realized.
Right, already got that down your gullet.
Gullet.
You guys done?
Yes, I am.
Time now. He's a big package guy, and he's a first-time contestant.
Said he likes the big package guy.
Yeah. Tomato. It is John in West Bend. John, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. You ready to play?
Gentlemen, thank you for taking my call. Glad to be the contestant this morning. Loved being with you yesterday when I was west of Chippewa Falls. But no,
yes,
I've never
we're
played
aware.
geography.
We know the voice.
We
got to get the Chippewa Falls.
How was graduation?
Oh, it was, see, you're going to get me to start crying. It was awesome.
That's what I'm shooting
It
for.
was just awesome.
Tell us about your emotions.
Just awesome. Thank you.
How did you feel?
You can't, It's like when you see your first child born.
Yeah.
You can't explain it until it happens. And then there it is. And you put on the sunglasses after and hope people don't notice that you're crying.
Did you hear his voice cracking at the end there? I think we're onto something.
Awesome.
This is like doing the senior day ceremony before the last home game of the year. Like, you're going to get John in a mental state now, and then he's going to mess up trivia. He's all emotional.
Or he's going to refocus because he's so proud of how everything played out, and he's just going to be that much more confident. Just like Jason for this great week of takes that he's had.
All right, John, control your emotions. Focus in. Question number 1. As a first-time contestant, a long-time caller, your question is this. Which of these is not an international destination for an NFL game during the 2026 NFL season?
That's a great question.
This is a great question.
It's a great question. Oh, boy.
It's a great callback, almost as great as Packy. Melbourne, Australia, Paris, France, or Stratford-upon-Avon, England?
That would be Melbourne, Australia.
Let's.
No, he got it wrong. It's wrong. You can't change the rules.
Sorry.
No, it's Jason's trip to Stratford-upon-Avon, not Stratford, Wisconsin, which is a powerhouse football program. It's
powerhouse Tigers.
Yeah, that is Jason's.
Canceled the trip. Yes.
Oh, I thought you were going.
You're not going?
No, you're still going.
No, it was canceled.
Oh.
I'm confused. All right. Anyways, here we go. The Seattle Seahawks opened the 2026 NFL regular season on a Wednesday night at home, hosting which opponent in a rematch from a big game last year? Is it the LA Rams, the New England Patriots, or the San Francisco 49ers?
I believe that would be the New England Patriots.
That's correct.
Boy, Jesse's senior night ceremony line was pretty accurate there, though. We got that first one wrong. All right, let's get the last one here, John. Which of these is one of the 5 NFL teams that is not scheduled to play a primetime game during the 2026 season? Is it the Las Vegas Raiders, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or the New Orleans Saints?
I think I'm going to get this wrong, but I'll guess with the Raiders.
You are not going to get that wrong. You're going to get that right. The rare first one wrong, last two rights. John, that means you got 3 of the possible 4 entries into the drawing, and Jesse's going to do it live on the air right now.
We're doing it now. Micah Hyde coming up at 11:30. Don't want to miss it, so here we go. John, long-time caller, first-time contestant. Levi and Stevens Point is in here. Mike, the wedding DJ, is in here. A lot of chips this week. Congratulations, not to John. Sorry, John. You can play again next week.
But your daughter still graduated
love
from
you guys.
college, which is awesome.
Chip.
Johnny.
I love you guys. Yes, she did.
Chip number 2 belongs to Mike, the wedding DJ.
He gets to share a sub with Wilde, and they get to hash out their takes.
Like
Up
Lady
in
and the
Green Bay.
Tramp.
Mike was not a moron. He got every question
He nailed
right.
it.
He earned every chip into the helmet, and he is this week's
Nothing
winner.
moronic about that.
That's a shame. That is Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf. All right, we're moving things around a little bit today. We will not wrap up the show and wrap up the week with Feel Good Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. We will wrap up the 10 o'clock hour that way, as our friend Mark Oiki joins us next to talk about this weekend's Casting for Kids fundraiser for the American Family Children's Hospital, and all the great work that they've done, and the Carbone Cancer Center, all the things that benefit from that. We will talk about that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut, and when you look around right now, everything seems to be extra expensive in the world, except this. Right now, get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 at Pizza Hut. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust, crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, finished with garlic parm seasoning. Available for delivery or carryout. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Steinhoffels. The Memorial Day sale is on now. Save up to 30%. Get a Beauty Sleep mattress for $399. Plus 18 months, 0% financing. Shop now at steinhoffels.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yao. Evan Cohen joined the jump around Thursday afternoon, and he took umbrage with the fact that Barry Alvarez wasn't included on the search committee for Wisconsin's next athletic director.
We have to ask the question, is Wisconsin football successful or is Barry Alvarez successful? If we're saying football is the lifeblood of the university and football is the lifeblood of the sports department, why would Barry Alvarez involved? Because if you care about football first, football's never been good without Barry Alvarez.
Wisconsin weather is unpredictable. Your windows shouldn't be. Upgrade with Pella and get 0% interest until 2030. Order by April 30th at PellaWI.com.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Get ready to sip into summer with the new Carbless Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack. 4 nostalgic flavors, strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple, all packed up and ready to celebrate America's 250th birthday. It's backyard barbecues, fireworks, lawn games, and classic summer flavor in every can. This season, bring the party, bring the nostalgia, and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss 8-pack from Carbless. Pick up the brand new variety pack at your local retailer or go to drinkcarbless.com to find it near you.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
I'm sure you feel the weather. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited, experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Stop by our amazing Madison showroom and visit sidingunlimited.com today.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay.
The annual Casting for Kids Catch and Release Fishing Tournament, benefiting the American Family Children's Hospital and the UW Carbone Cancer Center. Was this year 9, I think? Hosted on the Madison chain of lakes, and more importantly, hosted by our friend, Mark Oiki. Mark, good morning. How are you, buddy?
What's up, boys? How you guys doing?
We're super. We're excited for you. We're excited for the event. You got any open boats left? Jesse was hoping, or we were hoping you could throw Jesse out of one.
We could get you guys in a boat anytime, so just let me know. We'll make room. We're sold out of boats, but for you guys, no problem. It is year 8, but it is 9 overall because of COVID.
Oz, how are the fishing conditions right now?
You know what? They're good.
Okay.
They're good. Yeah, they're good. The water is down a little bit. They're a little bit. The lakes are a little bit behind. Typically, the weed growth, from what I'm told, I'm not an expert, but my experts are telling me that. Wally Banfi, he was on Mendota yesterday. Said the weed growth is a little low, but the bite is there. The fish are snapping, so that should be fun for everybody.
The fish are snapping, Jason. The fish are snapping. One of these years, we're going to figure our way over there. Oz, can you explain again? And you obviously coached here. Can you explain why this is so important? Because the children's everything that you've been doing, why you're still doing it.
Yeah, you know what, you guys, it hits home. Obviously, when you talk about families, I mean, I had a gal that reached out to me the other day, just out of the blue, and you start tearing up hearing the stories. So it hits so many people when you talk about the Children's Hospital, and then you couple that with cancer, and then the pediatric cancer research that UW hospitals and clinics are doing, and they're phenomenal. And for me, it's personal because I started out my life in the Children's Hospital, and I'm lucky enough to know a few people in the sport world, and we can mesh the two along with my passion of fishing. And it's awesome. It's so much fun to be able to hear stories. Like I said, I received this message the other day out of the blue, and that's what it's all about. And we're going to actually play a video from this gal, and it's a 9-month-old daughter that is sick, really not in a good condition at all. But Dr. Capitini was talking to me about, because I had to educate I'm just a dumb hockey player, so I had to call him and educate myself on what this is all about. And so the video is going to run right before he talks, and we're the #1 research hospital in this area of cancer research for children, and it's really cool. It's going to tie in really well with our event and explaining why we're doing this thing. So there's a lot of passion there, and it's fun. I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's fun. I mean, everyone's here. We're setting up, and we're trying to have a good time. They have to listen to me get the coaching voice out once in a while, so I feel bad for them a little bit. And certainly my family, I feel bad. But our event's incredible. Illumicraft gives us a boat, and Dan Watusik is probably listening right now with Illumicraft, and they're absolutely incredible.
Oz, I've said this to you privately, though, and to Tausch's point, obviously you're not coaching at UW anymore, but you continued to do this, And I just think that says so much about who you are and how much you care about what you guys have built. For those that aren't aware, what are you up to these days other than raising a bunch of money for two great causes with your fishing tournament?
Yeah, we're going to push over $1 million raised this year. So that's
Let's
cool.
go.
I'm still in for a small little group. It's kind of cool. It's kind of special for us. We feel pretty good about that. We need some help with some major sponsors outside the Madison area and the outdoor world to help underwrite our expenses as those are continuing to go up for everybody. Everyone's feeling that. What I'm up to, I'm still in the rink. I love being in the rink. I'm watching, scouting. I work with Pittsburgh Penguins. I have now year 3. And so it's been really fun to see the growth with Pittsburgh and our group right now and making a push this year to get into the playoffs when everyone said no chance. And to go watch. And this year's at training camp, again, hats off to Crosby, man. I sit there, I watched every single second he was on the ice. He was the first guy on the ice, led every single drill, led by example to 18-year-old rookies. It was awesome.
Well, and the good news is now if I'm going to go in August to Pittsburgh without Tausch for that preseason game with the Steelers, I've got a cousin sub. You can just meet me in Pittsburgh, spend some time with your Penguins staffers, and then you can do the radio show with me. I think this is going to work out great.
I can set you up. Absolutely. That would be a blast. I would love it.
Oz, obviously, I understand the challenges of coaching and how things play out. But one of my favorite things that you and I got to do, and I don't think I helped in any way, I'm not taking any credit for this, but you and Coach Granato brought Quinn Finley to a Packers practice when you were recruiting him at training camp. And I got to hang out with the three of you. I got absolutely no work done, but I had so much fun. Right? It was great to catch up with you and Tony, and I love you both. And that's one of my favorite training camp memories. You don't get to do fun stuff like that. You're usually taking notes, and I took very few notes that day. I am wondering Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I just wondered for you.
Go ahead off.
It was a go ahead off, yes. I was just wondering for you what it was like to see the guys you recruited to get to where they did in the tournament this year, because I know regardless of how things ended, you love those guys and you poured a lot into them. And Dex, who joined us, those guys mean a lot to you.
Well, I mean, that's why you're in it. That's why you're in the coaching side of it. It's really not about the coaching and the wins. It's about what can you make a difference in any of these kids' lives. I mean, my time in Green Bay, I still talk to guys. Matt Green sent me a text this morning. Wishing us luck. Hey, did you get the Kopitar jersey? So, there's Matt Green. He's out coaching now with the Kings, and he's texted me this morning worried about it. And that's what's so cool about the sport world. People have such big hearts. And you talk about Quinn Finley. That kid has been incredible. He's stayed in touch with me all year, and hats off to him. I thought maybe he'd write you a check after he signed with the Islanders. Since you helped him get to UW, so he should be writing you a check.
All right, so I know you got a lot. Thanks for fitting us in today. I know you got a lot going on with everything starting tomorrow. The website is casting4kids.org. Casting4kids.org. But is it too late for people to get involved in some way? What can people do if they're not going to get in a boat, but they want to support the cause and they want to support you and what you guys are doing out on the Madison chain of lakes? What can they do to help the cause, even if they're not going fishing?
Sure. 3 things. They can go to the website, check out our online auction. That runs till 5 p.m. on Sunday.
What do we all got there, Oz? What are some of the online auctions?
Everything. So we have PGA stuff. We have IndyCar racing. Obviously got NHL. We got MLB with Drake Baldwin. We got his gear in there.
Yep.
Good friend of my son, so that's pretty cool. And hats off to that kid.
He was a great hockey player. Oz, I didn't even know this. He's a great hockey player. I ran into him at a high school hockey game. Drake.
But he's a better person. He's even a better person. That's what's so cool about it. This kid, he's going to be an all-star this year. It's crazy. We've got a Bucks item in there, and we have a Micah Parsons jersey. So that's number one. Number two is, people can still buy a $50 ticket to get in, come in and listen to Brian Posick, the best voice in radio for sure. And the Badgers are so lucky to have him. They are. And I say this to Brian all the time. We're lucky to have him, but the Badgers are really lucky.
God, LePage just texted me. LePage just texted me he's not happy with you.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. So $50 gets you in the door. We bring in the best auctioneer in the state of Wisconsin. You have a chance to buy a raffle ticket to win an Alumacraft boat that they donate, and then we get it rigged through Don's Marine. And if people just want to donate, they can go to the website as well. So there's 3 different ways people can still be involved. But the online auction is pretty cool. It's fun to watch that number grow.
There are some great jerseys in here. There's a Jackson Churio jersey. There's a Rory McIlroy signed pin flag. There is the Micah Parsons jersey. Cole Caulfield's Montreal Canadiens jersey. Lots of cool stuff there. Again, the website, casting4kids.org. See, Oz, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for making time for us.
No, you guys are the best. I love listening to you guys. Have an awesome day. Thanks for having us on, man. That's awesome.
Keep up the great work, Oz. That's good stuff.
No doubt. All right, that is Mark Oiki. That is the 9th annual Casting for Kids. Again, casting4kids.org to find out more. The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust. There's nothing like a great summer road trip. And whether you're traveling around the state or around the country, it's the time of year to start thinking about your plans to hit the road for a new adventure in the coming months. And with all the things to consider, what to do, how to get there, where you'll stay, the absolute last thing you want to worry about for a summer road trip is car trouble. Make sure your vehicle is ready to take on every potential challenge thanks to the fantastic service team at Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Get a tune-up, check the battery, check your tires, change the oil, and make sure all the inner workings of your vehicle are in tip-top shape so you can focus on fun and not finding maintenance help during your summer road trip this year. Call Zimbrick Chevrolet to schedule an appointment with their incredible service team or check out their services and schedule an appointment online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Have you noticed all the roofing signs in your neighborhood due to the hail damage?
Most of those asphalt roofs have to be replaced.
Most metal roofs do not.
So if you're tired of yard signs and replacing shingles,
consider a Sweda metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweda. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweda metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweda Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Posa shuts the door!
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Sports Center updates on 100.5 ESPN are brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison. Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Jesse, what do you have on the text portion of the talk and text line about the Packers 2026 schedule that we've been talking about so much?
I'm sorry. Our new intern is back here trying to disrupt.
Oh,
Hey,
jeez.
how you doing?
You're not gonna be able to
How you
hear him.
doing? What do you mean I can't hear him?
He's on.
How you doing? How you doing? Hey, how you doing? How you
What
doing?
else going on?
Hey.
Where's the hotkeys, Jesse? It's Hotkey Friday.
Stop.
Oh,
All right.
no.
What? Now
Oh,
I'm confused. All right. So, Jason, what was your question?
Nothing. I wasn't talking to you because you weren't in your seat.
Oh. Well, here I am.
I didn't know you were in there.
No, I'm in here.
But now I can't talk to Jesse.
That's true. That's the
Would
downside.
you relay to Jesse that I'm looking for a text message from
Jesse's
the
got some
Cardinals
text messages he wants you to put up on the screen there.
Well, here's one. Why don't you read it, Tausch?
Happy Gold Package ticket owner. Here. Finally, we got Sunday games instead of Monday night or Thursday night games. The drive home after those night games, they're brutal, especially for those who work on Monday. Ouch! Plus, they're division
Why are you
games.
reading Sue's text in this voice?
What do you mean? I don't have
That's not how
Sue's.
Sue-
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
think
I
that's
don't
how
have
Sue
Sue's
sounds.
voice. Well, now that you've gotten all Wisconsin-y, I love it, so I'm going to embrace
It's in the
it.
big.
They're definitely. I had a couple of guys text me about this, not liking the home schedule. If you're a green package member, you
Yes.
mentioned that earlier. I get it. You don't want a bunch of Thursday games. I think the Thursday, Monday, it makes it that much more difficult to actually get up there and go to a game. This is where we're at. And again, nobody should be shocked. We are a really good football team that the NFL wants to highlight. And we're going to continue to have primetime games. We're going to continue to be open, those standalone windows. We should love that. Because you remember a couple of years ago, a lot of noon games on the schedule. And it's like, oh, boy, we don't want that. I want us to be wanted. And we're wanted. And that's another part of what the schedule showcased.
Jesse, any other
What was
texts
that?
Tausch? I don't know.
What did you
something
drop?
fell
Like you had...
I don't know what it was.
Okay.
Sure.
The
Hopefully it
NFL
wasn't anything
obviously
valuable.
doesn't pay any attention to the goal package. I've had it since 2013, and almost every game has been a Thursday or a Monday game. I don't think I've ever had 2 Sunday games. Hopefully making it easier for the Milwaukee folks to go back and forth. Going to result in less Bears fans at the game. I never sell my tickets, but if people do, sell them to other Packer fans. Ron and Rome. Yeah,
All
I'll
right,
sign
so-
on for that.
All right, so a couple things about this because we have not delved into the gold versus green, the G&G packages, if you will. So for whatever reason, and I have asked Ed Policy about this because if you remember last year, the gold ticket packages were both prime time games. They are locked into the second home game of the season and the 5th home game of the season.
And we agreed that should get revisited, right?
Why are they locked into it? It's 2026 now, with all the different things that are factors in this, including
Well, I'll
having
tell you
all
what,
these
sometimes when
primetime
you see the meat get made in the backyard, you're kind of like, this is fun watching this sausage get made with Jesse.
Sausage. Jones Dairy Farm.
Kevin in Sheboygan, if Tausch had been as right as Jason was about the schedule, the entire first hour would be him patting himself on the back. Oh, great victory lap, Tausch. Jason deserves more shine. Kevin, man, I couldn't be glazing Jason more than I did today. Have I ever glazed Jason more than I did today?
No, sir.
Jesse even said no. So, Kevin, I know Kevin's got
Not that you can hear him.
What, you can't hear Jesse? Jesse, has he ever been glazed more?
No, Tausch, he hasn't.
I don't
Jason,
particularly...
I couldn't be more praising of you today on this show. You don't even like it.
I'm not Kevin. Okay, first of all, it's in the big. I'm not Kevin, 1. 2, I don't want to be glazed. 3, I don't like the term glazing to begin with. So I'm fine with that. Was more glazing than I needed. I appreciate Kevin. I really do because it's nice to feel like you're valuable and wanted, and I appreciate that. Now
we appreciate you appreciating
that
it.
said, I'd like to get back to the point about the 2nd and 5th games. Last year it was The second game at home was the Washington Thursday night game. And then the fifth game was the Monday night game against, I knew this was going to happen. Now Tausch is left unattended in the producer's booth, and Jesse has now decided to go into the studio.
Yeah,
in fact, you saw his little hair go by as he ran into there.
The only problem is I don't know how to do any of this.
You can't leave him unattended. What are you doing?
This is probably a bad idea, but, I mean, it wasn't any worse than it was when I was in there with
I don't
him.
fully know how do I go to break?
Oh, don't do that.
Jesse, I want to go to break soon.
No,
to get ready
you're
for
good.
Micah
Stop now, Jesse. You're fine in there. We're good.
Riley, go in there and help him out. Help him out.
Now Jesse's telling other people to do things.
Oh, Woolie's coming in? Oh, Woolie's got this.
Bob is Bob.
Bob is Bob.
Oh, here we go.
Riley is Riley. And we got Riley in here. Look at what a team effort here today. Love it.
Riley, is that a
he can't
did Riley
hear you.
spill on his
It's a
shirt?
marching band. No, he didn't spill on his shirt. He brought in donuts today. It's on Wisconsin, this theme song. He's got all the music on the back.
Yeah.
So, Jason, let's get this show back on track here. Jesse.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what you've done, but this whole green and gold package, I have to admit, it's never because you play whatever. You're not a fan, so you don't really know. You hear about it from fans. Fans are obviously upset about it. And my argument would be this was with an 8-game schedule. We don't need to just say, second and fifth. It should be one of the 3 division games should always go to the gold package.
Sure. I like
one of the 3 need to be.
Yep.
And then I wouldn't be opposed if we elected a small representative to draft the other game.
Oh, you got to
like the green package will get to protect 2 games. The gold package then gets to select of those non-divisional games one of the other 4 remaining games. Tell me why that's crazy.
It pains me to say this. It's not crazy. It's a really good idea.
Because then you can also, we're all about bringing content. The Packers could bring a representative from the Milwaukee Gold package. It could, shower them up a little bit and say, here you go. We're going to make a big spectacle. We want to make sure everybody feels good about what's going on. Have them up for, the schedule release, a pre-schedule release party, and you don't even know when the game's going to be. You select it, and it could be a Thursday, it could be a Sunday, it could be a Monday.
Yeah.
You pick Buffalo. No, we protected Buffalo. All right, Dallas. No, we protected Dallas. All right, I get anybody else I want.
Right.
And then that game flops, and then that goes to the gold package.
Mm-hmm. It's a great idea. It is an antiquated system to just say the second and fifth game.
Yeah, I agree.
There should be flexibility because as much as green package holders want to complain about the gold package getting a Vikings game and a Bears game, the gold package had every right to...
I got the crew in here. They're all giving me applause for that idea. Thank you. Let's just wait.
Because it's the only way they can communicate because they don't have their own microphones.
All right.
Now.
I'm sorry. You know what? And to Kevin, I want to apologize because we should have done this with Jason in the first hour of the show. Matter of fact, I think we're going to get the entire team to come in here and say, "Great job, Jason."
Okay. No, we want to get.
Oh no, we're going to, whether you like it or not.
No, we want to get
Jason. Riley said he likes glazing Jason, which is not a term I would use, but I get where Riley's coming from. Glazing Wilde. How do I do that? Jesse, how do I put that up on the video screen? Glazing Wilde.
We want to get to Micah Hyde with extra time, so we are going to take a break here. I'm going to tell you about
let me help you get to break. Okay, you go to Potto. Tell us about the no hotel or the no planes.
Because you don't have to jump on a plane or a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped. I kind of want to escape right now. Your next getaway is waiting in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. The biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And if you're hungry, have you got the options? The Dream Dance Steakhouse, Rockin' Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company, and, of course, the Marketplace. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, a full night out, all in one place. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. I do want to ask Tausch a more serious question and avoid the glazing. Something that happened in Sydney's soccer game last night, which was it made me think of what NFL players have to do from a mental standpoint when bad stuff happens. I want to ask Tausch about that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson, and it is time for Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison, and it is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Caller number 5 right now at 844-770-3776 wins Free Food Friday, courtesy of Pizza Hut. Caller number 5 right now. Pizza and wings coming your way at 844-770-3776. No one out pizzas the Hut. Make sure you take advantage of the My Hut box available right now at your local Pizza Hut. You know how great it is. Tausch tells you all the time how he's loved Pizza Hut since the legendary Book It program back when he was a kid, and now he loves it too, and so do we. The official pizza of Prep Mania on ESPN Madison and the official pizza of Wilde and Tausch. Caller number 5 right now at 844-770-3776 wins Free Food Friday. Pizza and wings coming your way, courtesy of Pizza Hut.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Brewers fans, cheer for the crew with jewelry that's always a hit.
At Chalmers Jewelers, we're proud to be an official retailer of Milwaukee Brewers jewelry for fans who know diamonds aren't just on the field.
Prices start at just $40. That's almost less than a beer and a hot dog at the stadium.
Nothing says Brewers fan like jewelry that hits a home run.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. I'm sure you feel the weather. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited, experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Stop by our amazing Madison showroom and visit sidingunlimited.com today.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Whether you're grilling outside, sitting on the patio, or watching the game, summer is the perfect time to sip on a cocktail made with Door County Distillery. Handcrafted award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Mix up a G&T with that signature green bottle of gin, or sip on it with a couple of rocks, my favorite, the Door County Distillery Bourbon. Made in Door County, available all over the state, including right here in the Madison area. Local, affordable, award-winning. That's what it's all about. It's Door County Distillery. Find the retailer nearest you, doorcountydistillery.com.
Huge cash prizes are being stacked for summer at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. On Friday, May 15th, 30 winners will each take home $1,000, while one winner receives a $10,000 grand prize. Then on Friday, May 29th, 24 more winners will each get $1,000, plus one grand prize winner pockets $25,000. And in June, we crank up the heat with a $100,000 grand prize. Stack up the wins all month long at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
the clock a little bit here so we can maximize our time with Micah Hyde, who will join us around 11:30. So we'll do Whoa Nelly coming up. But briefly, I did want to ask you about this, and it is sad and it was upsetting last night. Sydney's team played Notre Dame, not the Fighting Irish, the Tritons, and there was a play, soccer game, and there was a play where her teammate Claire, who is going to undergo surgery on Tuesday, and we wish her nothing but extremely good thoughts in her recovery. But there's a collision, and it's right in front of Sid, about 4 yards in front of her, and her foot gets caught in the turf, and the collision, she fractured her ankle and dislocated it. And Sydney is looking at it, and her foot is pointing the wrong direction. And as you can imagine, when you're 15, that was, she was inconsolable for a while for her teammate and friend. And the conversation that I had with her, because this was in the first half. They had to finish the game, and her team needed her. And so we talked about, they had halftime early. And so we talked, and she came back, and I'm really proud of her that she kind of set all that aside and went back to playing. But what I thought about Tausch, and what I was talking about with some of the other dads, my buddy Andy King and a few others, is you guys have to do this stuff a couple times a season. Some injuries are more serious than others, right? But like when you were playing, in the 11 years you played, there were times where guys suffered neck injuries that they had to leave the field on a stretcher. And from a mental approach, how did you guys keep playing? Because the only time we've seen a game stopped and not completed because of an injury was when Damar Hamlin, his heart stopped, right? And so is that a, again, people forget that you guys are human beings. Is that as hard as it felt like it was last night for Sid, or do you guys compartmentalize better than a 15-year-old high school soccer player can?
I don't know how, from a 15-year-old to a 25-year-old, it's still going to affect you. But, yeah, the show goes on, and you find that out when you get injured. You find it out in other stuff, and it doesn't mean it doesn't take a hit emotionally, and it makes it really difficult to refocus. But you find out again quickly that if you don't refocus, more bad stuff is going to happen. Mm-hmm. And that's the really hard part about it. Then you kind of deal with those emotions afterwards, because you can't do it while you're playing. It will go nowhere, and you won't be able to do it. So unfortunately, that stuff does happen, and it does test your team, and it tests kind of the makeup of how hard it is. This is why sports aren't for everybody. Mm-hmm. Because it is a really difficult thing to mentally be able to overcome, seeing someone that you care about get hurt, understanding that shows you your own kind of where you're at from an athletic mortality standpoint. Mm-hmm. All of those things can go into your head, and you got to wipe it. And if you can't wipe it, typically it makes it very tough to continue on.
And the other thing that we talked about is exactly that. Like, you can't, hey, don't go out there and play not to get hurt, because that's when injuries happen. So just try to play as best you can the way you would always play. And I was proud of her that she did. But again, wishing Claire a speedy recovery and a successful surgery, because it was really upsetting. And I'm glad that her teammates have been there for her, because I haven't seen that happen very often during high school sports. I've covered a lot of high school sports, so it was a tough night. And I immediately thought of Tausch and NFL players who somehow figure out a way to keep playing after some pretty traumatic injuries that they see. And again, I do struggle with the fact that I'm not sure people always appreciate that you guys are human beings, and that is tough to process, but you guys somehow find a way. All right, I've dragged us down enough. We need to get ready for Micah Hyde. We'll do so with Whoa Nelly with Jesse next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and as we count down to the official start of summer in Wisconsin, you know what beverage you'll find in my hand when enjoying some time outdoors: the cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. At a baseball game in Milwaukee, grilling in the backyard, out on the golf course, every experience goes from good to great with a Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with the 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which, besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, of Golden, Colorado.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
With baseball games streaming live on YouTube and Prep Mania Weekly with insights from the Dean Dennis Semrau, find the biggest games and the most compelling stories of the spring high school sports season on ESPN Madison. Plus, follow our social media platforms to find teams and athletes in your community featured each week.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania on 100.5 ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Grip it and rip it at the Happy Gilmore Scramble, Sunday, May 31st at the Bridges Golf Course. Get in with a 2 or 4 player scramble. Enjoy golf, drinks, and a meal for $150 per person, or just $130 if you sign up early. Sunday, May 31st at the Bridges Golf Course in Madison.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we help you find value on the things you value. So when it's time to take on a project, we've got you covered with the right supplies at unbeatable prices. Right now, during our Yard Defense Days, save $10 on select bags of Scott's Grub X or Turf Builder Triple Action, $10 off 20-pound bags of Estate Grass Seed, and select Livingston vegetable and flower seeds, 25% off MSRP. Find the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
It's the summer of suspense for Giannis and the Bucks.
Sources tell me the Milwaukee Bucks are fully open for business on trades and offers around Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Follow along right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Yeah, you guys are hilarious. Yeah, you guys are great.
What did I miss? That's got to be still a hotkey, right?
No.
That's not.
Should be. You filmed a little video in the meeting room. Enough with the glazing. Thank you for
Might be our clip of the day today.
Definitely
we don't have time for that, hopefully.
Definitely
we'll be talking to Micah Hyde the rest of the time. Let's get into Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
Hey guys, when is college football rivalry weekend?
Last weekend of the year.
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You get Texas A&M, Florida State, Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Yeah.
Backyard brawl, right? Isn't that same weekend?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, actually it's not, but there used to be. When they were in the
Florida,
same conference.
Georgia, that's always a big one.
That's not. That's in the middle.
It's the big cocktail party. But you get my drift.
Well, you're ahead. I'm trying to make a point here.
I'm not trying to get ahead.
When do all of the NFL's division rivals play each other?
Thanksgiving.
No.
Last game of the season.
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
When is MLB rivalry weekend?
What are you trying to be Alex Trebek here?
When do the Bucks play the Oklahoma City Thunder in that rivalry weekend?
Yeah. It's MLB rivalry weekend this weekend. You know that?
This weekend?
Yeah, border battle. Brewers,
so the Brewers
Twins
are playing the Cubs?
No, Twins. Cubs.
That's not a rivalry.
It's interleague rivalry weekend, except for the Diamondbacks play the Rockies and the
Except for that
Tigers
one
play
game,
the Blue Jays.
that one time.
Except for those 2 series, it's rivalry weekend. The Brewers play the Twins. The White Sox play the Cubs. The Royals play the Cardinals. Who else? The Mets and the Yankees. Marlins and Rays, all the geographic interleague rivals getting together this weekend. How come baseball didn't do a better job strumming this up? It's rivalry weekend. This should be a big deal.
Well, what? Okay, what do you want him to do to make it bigger?
I want it promoted. Okay. I want Bill Schroeder telling me on the broadcast, "Hey, everybody, it's rivalry weekend coming up."
I don't think Bill doesn't travel though with the team anymore.
No, but I want him doing the read during the home games.
Okay, so
I'd like more national TV games with featuring all the rivalry. I want to see Dodgers, Angels, and Mets, Yankees.
They should do a YouTube rivalry channel where you can clip on all of them, right?
Or Apple TV has Friday night games.
Yeah.
Like, let's do a bunch on this night.
I'm on board.
Let's put every game on Apple TV tonight.
I'm on board with
rivalry weekend. This should be a big deal if we're going to do it in early May when it doesn't really impact the regular season all that much and everybody's not out of it yet. Like, let's make a big deal out of MLB rivalry weekend.
Jesse, I'm with you. Sell it. What else?
We need to come up with a better name for Brewers Twins than the border battle, because the border battle, we can't just call every game between Wisconsin and Minnesota in any way a border battle.
Okay, what do you want to call it?
I don't know.
Did you think through
Swing
this
in
topic
Mississippi?
Before you
battle for the Mississippi River?
Jeff Levering had a couple proposals during the broadcast
series
on the radio
gets to dye
yesterday.
the Mississippi the color they want.
Sure, except both teams are kind of blue.
Wow, the Twins got some red in there, right? They could go red, we'd go blue.
A river of blood. This was a terrible idea.
Which part?
The whole.
It wasn't even his idea.
The Major League Baseball interleague rivalry. Like, first of all, when the Brewers play someone from the AL East, which they used to be in.
No, Twins are our rival.
Gotta
now.
be Twins for this, yeah. If it's not the
Do
Cubs,
we feel it when they play each other? Does it feel like a rivalry to you?
No, it feels fun.
Jeff actually did say on the radio broadcast they should call it America's friendliest rivalry.
That's fun.
He's a sharp guy.
AFR.
AFR weekend.
Yeah,
Brewers
AFR
Twins
weekend.
Up in Minneapolis. Jason, you going to go cover that?
No, those games mean something.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Can't wait to go to Pittsburgh.
Whoa, Nelly!
That was
6 o'clock game tonight, by the way. They moved up the time because the Timberwolves are playing Game 6 in Minneapolis tonight. So,
what's that series at, Jesse?
3-2 San Antonio. So it's a must-win.
Timberwolves will win tonight.
Timberwolves got to have it.
They will.
So 6:10. If you on your paper schedules at home, it'll say 7:10. You turn it on, then you'll be in the 4th or 5th inning.
What does it say on the Wilde and Tausch video feed?
I haven't put that up today because I didn't want to confuse anybody. Eastern Time, Central Time, and so forth.
Or whatnot.
One of those players that you find yourself wondering, how on earth did the Green Bay Packers let this guy out the door? And I believe it was on this program he once told us that they told him with 6 games left in his last year here, we're not going to bring you back. They chose poorly. Micah Hyde scheduled to appear on Wilde and Tausch next, so stick around.
We're on the Packers.
This team is going to be better than what they were last year.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
You may have Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, and Tucker Kraft all together for the first time since 2024.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio joined the Jump Around Thursday afternoon, and he took umbrage with the fact that Barry Alvarez wasn't included on the search committee for Wisconsin's next athletic director.
We have to ask the question, is Wisconsin football successful or is Barry Alvarez successful? If we're saying football is the lifeblood of the university and football is the lifeblood of the sports department, why would Barry Alvarez involved? Because if you care about football first, football's never been good without Barry Alvarez.
Wisconsin weather is unpredictable. Your windows shouldn't be. Upgrade with Pella and get 0% interest until 2030. Order by April 30th at PellaWI.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Company built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Meet Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
We're on the Badgers.
This Badgers team is going to go as far as Colton Joseph takes them.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
When he is at the top of his game, this offense could be awesome.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
still am not quite clear, Jesse, on what constitutes the Yuengling guest hotline, the Yuengling Legends line. We love our partnership with Yuengling, and we love this guy. I'm going to call it one of my favorite players I've ever covered, Yuengling guest hotline. From Iowa, still not sure how they let him out the door, but I'm glad I had an excuse to reach out to him this week. On the Yuengling guest hotline, Yuengling Beer, the oldest brewery in America, 197 years, and now finally in Wisconsin, DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. It is Micah Hyde on Wilde and Tausch. Micah, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing? You can hear me okay?
You sound better than we do. What are you, a podcaster now?
That's
what is going on
amazing.
over there?
Listen, I hopped on a podcast a couple months ago, and I was like, you know what? Let me indulge and get one of these, cool mics, look official. If it cuts out, I'm telling you right now, I do not know how to fix it, so the interview is gonna have to be over. But right now it's working, so we're good. Let's chat it up.
That's kind of how our show goes, Micah, so that works out perfect. That's
something cuts out, is just in the show. Get to the weekend.
Well, and Tausch does have a few days coming up where he's going to be off, so now we know we've got another one, another option for our subs. 3 hours a day, you can carve that out of your busy retirement schedule.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let me get this out there first. The reason why I reached out to you, other than just it's always great to have an excuse to talk to you, is Bobby Babich brought you up when we talked to him. He's the Packers' new secondary coach. You played for him in Buffalo. He said that he's proud of what high energy he is, but he also said that you on occasion would call him out for fake juice.
Oh, yeah.
What are the Packers getting in Bobby Babich?
Let me start off with the bad first, and I'll end it with the good. This guy comes in 6:30 in the morning, first meeting of the day, if not having 2 or 3 coffees already, screaming and yelling. So that's where the fake juice comes in, right? Like, dude, it's too early. No one can possibly be this wide awake at 6:30 in the morning and yelling and talking about X's and O's and defense and all that type of stuff, right? So annoying at that point. And I can say it because I told him so many times. We were together for 7-8 years. And then the good thing is just a genius, man. A genius in the back end. We just talking ball with him each and every day, learning so much. Obviously I developed that Bobby Babich voice in my head on every single play, which is definitely a bad thing as well. But the good part was just knowing exactly what to do on every play, how he would see, matching these routes or this offense doing this personnel, whatever it may be. So just a genius, and the Packers really got a hell of a coach for sure. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, hell yeah, Bobby, I'm so happy for him.
So what was he saying to you in your head when you always were hearing it? Because you had a great career in Buffalo. You're a great player there, so it didn't distract you too much, and it must have at least helped a little bit. What were the voices saying?
I think that when you have good coaches in your career, I feel like you somehow, not just the mindset that they have each and every day and how they want you to play, but you develop their voice in your head as far as how you see things and how you should be playing and stuff like that. So, I can go back to my high school coach. I can remember playing and having his voice in my head on how to match routes and what to do and all that. In college, Phil Parker, same thing, secondary coach. His intensity and his voice in my head of how to play this certain defense or whatever it may be. And then Bobby was one of those guys in the league, right? So the good coaches that you pass throughout your career are able to install that, because they talk so much ball and they're able to get inside your head and know exactly what you're thinking and how to coach you properly. And he's one of those guys.
When we were introduced to him, he comes out with a gold chain, with his hat down low, in all black, in kind of a tight-fitting shirt. Which, again, if you're in shape, great. I'm not, so I wouldn't do that. But is that what we should expect from him, from his fashion sense as well?
No, I don't know what that was. I know every single year that we were together, he had a new haircut. I will say that he went from, he had a buzz cut, he had the ponytail, he had the trim the sides. He's had so many different haircuts over the years that it was hard to keep up with. As far as style goes, I'm not too sure. I mean, he doesn't have bad style. I'm not gonna throw him under the bus and say it's terrible. It's not, but I wouldn't put him anywhere close to a GQ magazine or anything.
Huh. Well, so did you get your so that's a lot of Babbage. That's a lot of Babbage.
That was great. That was what I was looking for. Yep.
All right.
Thank you very much.
I'm curious on some of the players that he's going to be associating with. And Jason, who likes to project, and I think it's just because of the number situation, but he has called Evan Williams the next Micah Hyde. And there's other people that have kind of jumped on that. And what have you seen from Evan Williams so far? I know you're still watching games and doing stuff, but can you kind of give us an overview of your opinion, both of him and obviously of that safety and the corner room as a whole from the Packers standpoint?
I will defend myself after your answer, by the way.
Sounds good. So I remember when he got drafted, because my feed started blowing up saying, this is possibly the next Micah Hyde or whatever. And then I think he got number 33. And then again, my feed started blowing up. So just naturally, his name's kind of been directed, presented towards mine, I guess, for some time now. But being able to watch him play, he's, I guess that's a compliment to myself as well, because he's a very good football player. He has some. We're talking about juice, right? When it comes to Bobby Babbage, he has some juice. He has some. He can get downhill. He can hit. He can play on the ball. He can cover. So, definitely that 33 is in good hands. And I definitely respect his game for sure.
All right. So now, because Tausch has been killing me for this since the moment I said it.
Mike, I mean, he hadn't played a snap, and he's like, Micah. Yep, it got to be Micah.
33 light skin. Well, I mean, of course it's Micah, right?
And you're wondering why.
That was not why.
That's
that
exactly
was so
why. And in case you're wondering why your feed's blowing up, it's because Wilde's talking about it every day and writing about it. That's probably a big part of why it was blowing up.
It's his fault. So okay,
I will take full responsibility, and I will die on this hill. Here's why. And it's not just because of number 33. It's not just because he got drafted by the Packers. It is not because of his complexion. First of all, the first time I brought you up to him, what did he say? Because you know this because I texted you about him right away. He watched film of Micah Hyde and patterns his game after him because you were such a blanking stud in Buffalo. Like, you were one of the players that he wanted to be like. Which, by the way, how does that make you feel that you're old enough that there's a player that wanted to be like you?
I know. I started encountering that towards the end of my career, and I'm like, wow, I don't consider myself old, but once you get around 22-year-olds all day, that's when you realize, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a compliment, right? Like, he's a stud. I played some good football, so if he's trying to be like me, man, go for it and be better than me for sure.
He's like you in another way too. Because Domofsky did this to you, we wear him out in interviews. Like, he is just like you. He just stands and answers everybody's questions 3 or 4 times. He'll get the same damn question. Just answer it the same anyway. That's why you were one of the best when it came to that. I do want to know, in all seriousness, though, what does it take to have the success you had? Because the Packers, not that I'm bitter, okay, maybe a little, but they didn't recognize what you were going to become, and they let you get out the door. What does it take to elevate your game the way you did once you got the opportunity in Buffalo? Because that's where he's at now. He's had 2 good seasons, and now it's time for him to elevate.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that, I was salty a while. I was pretty salty about that for a while as well. Just, the business of the NFL and how that whole thing went down, and just and I did a podcast the other day with Packer fan, Packer guy, and we talked about it again. So I'm not going to dive too deep into it because obviously it is what it is a decade ago. But at the same time,
we were the first ones to get that. You told us about it. They told you 6 games left in the season.
It's crazy. It was crazy, right? So I just think that it's patience. It's patience, and I always took pride in not making the same mistake twice. And I think when I was in Green Bay, yes, I made some mistakes, but I think I was also put in some some positions that I, didn't really see myself excelling in. Like I felt like my back was always turned to the quarterback, and and whether if it was playing in the slot and being more one-on-one and being on an island, and the defense that we were playing at the time, with the fire zone and stuff like that, like you were basically in the slot by yourself. And so, to me, that wasn't necessarily my strong point. I'm a middle of the field safety, center field. Don't let anybody behind you, eyes on the quarterback, go break on the football and make plays, right? That's how I've been my entire life. So when I was put in that position, I know I played corner in college, but it was, that's different than actually matching up in the NFL, against the top slots and stuff like that. So, when I was doing that in Green Bay, it was, I don't want to say I was out of position, but I feel like that wasn't my strong suit. And so, I feel like as, whether if it's Evan Williams or whoever else is put in the position to go make plays and what their strong, their strong set it or strong suit is, whatever, I think that he'll be successful.
Mike, how do you balance that? Because you come in and you want to be a good teammate, but you also want to have all that individual success. So how do you balance getting utilized the right way without coming across as, I guess, if it's a wide receiver and you say, I'm not getting enough touches, I'm not doing this, you kind of get labeled a diva. How do you balance the fact, because you're a team guy, but you also want to do what's best for the team? Do you sit down and have that conversation, but if nothing changes, how do you approach that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point, right? Because you can sit there, you can be a team player, you can shut your mouth, you can do everything you're supposed to do, but not be in the position that you want to be in. And then at the end of the day, you get shipped out of there, kind of like how I did. But I'm just a firm believer in, man, be a team player and be a good person and good things happen to you. That's just how I was always raised. That's how all the coaches I've ever been around have taught me. So I feel like, if you're doing good and you're a team player, you're putting your head down, you're working every day, you care about the people around you, you care about not even just the teammates that you're on the football field with, but off the field, their families, the janitors, the lunch ladies, everybody around you, right? Like, you're genuinely a good person, I think good things will happen to you. And I think that's what happened to me once, I didn't make a scene in Green Bay. I didn't, go to the coaches. I didn't go upstairs. I didn't, bitch and complain and do all that type of stuff. What I did was I just put my head down and said, hey, I got another opportunity in Buffalo. I'm gonna make it work. And it did. And, I feel like there's always, God has a plan for me. And that's kind of how I've always thought about it.
How does it make you feel? And I don't know if you saw, I'm sure you did, because if the Wilde stuff all hit across your Twitter and everybody else's feed, I'm sure this did with John Eric Sullivan when he took the job with the Dolphins, was on a podcast or he was getting interviewed. And he said what was his biggest mistake or regret in his time in Green Bay, and it was letting you walk out the door.
Yeah.
That had to make you feel kind of good, huh?
And it feels good, but also at the same time, it's like, duh. Like, that's exactly what our agent and I was saying, at that time. And, nothing against all the other guys I was in the secondary with, with the, Ha and Morgan and Banjo, Sam Shields, Tremont, all dudes that have taught me so much in my career, right? But this goes back to, Casey. Me and Casey were battling to get on the field together. I was playing first and second down. He was playing third down to come in and cover and do that type of stuff. Like, and me and Casey, we knew at that time, like, what are we doing? Like, I get it. We have a lot of dogs in the secondary right now, but this isn't working out. Like, we should be on the field. And so, it was a frustrating. I don't want to say 4 years in Green Bay, because I had a blast there. Like, I love that place. I can't wait to go back there. But it was a frustrating, like, last couple weeks and last couple months, I would say, being in Green Bay on the team, because knowing that, like, they weren't doing anything to sign me back, and it was just like, you guys are tripping. You guys are here we go. So, and I'm in Buffalo, years later, and I'm looking at, the situation going on in Green Bay, and I'm like, you guys had it. You guys had it. Like, what are we doing?
So, Mike, if you were coaching, and I don't know if you're going to get into coaching, now that you're retired, how would you handle that? You have two guys that are obviously good players, and if they come to you, there's only so many spots. How do you handle 100%. That as a coach?
100%, right? That's the tough thing. But I think my situation was different, right? Like, I wasn't saying I want to get $10 million a year to be a starter in the secondary. That was never my situation. I know you just drafted a couple years ago, and he's a first-round pick. I know you guys believe in Morgan Burnett, at that time when I was playing safety. And I know that Casey was damn near almost the defensive rookie of the year before he got hurt, so I had to play. He's a stud. I know I'm not playing outside. I don't want to. I don't think I'm good enough to. I'm not matching up against number one receivers all day. I predominantly am a punt returner, coming in playing nickel on first and second down, run down, stuff like that. Like, hey, cut me off a little bit of money, right? Give me a 3 for $9 and I'll go about my day. So that was my situation. So, and if you're telling me you didn't have 3 for $9 to give me, you're crazy, right? Lying. So that was my situation, and I wasn't asking to back up the Brinks truck and get as much money as possible. So that's where my issue, my frustration came in, was like, hey, just give me something for all the hard work I put in and what I'm going to do for this organization. But yet I couldn't get that.
Last one for me, Mike, and thanks for joining us. We always talk about how players react, and we want direct communication, right? We always want direct communication. You're not playing because of this. When they came to you with 6 games left and said that, is it better? Because I don't know, mentally, it would be really tough when someone's like, nah, we're good, you leave. How would you want that approach if you do it again? The whole thing, if you were a front office guy, what's the best way to handle that? Because I don't know if there is a best way.
I wouldn't change, as a player, I wouldn't change anything. I think that my whole career happened the way it was supposed to be. So as a player, when they told me that kind of, lit a fire underneath my ass, and I'm like, okay, like, the organization that I'm going to work for every day, that I'm waking up early and I'm putting all this work in, I'm putting this jersey on, I'm going out there on Sundays or Mondays or Thursdays or whatever, doesn't want me. Okay, like that's what pissed me off. So therefore I went off the last, how many ever games we had, and coincidentally, Sean McDermott was the one that was able to see me on that run and be like, hey, I want this guy. He's going to be a free agent. I'm bringing him to Buffalo. So that all worked out, right? Like I said before, God has a plan for me, and, I knew that. But as a front office guy, I like the honesty, right? I like the honesty. As far as telling somebody, hey, we're not going to bring you back. Hey, we're not going to do this. But I just think that was the wrong answer. The wrong answer, once again, was to not even offer me anything, and whether if it was two packs of Skittles, and say, hey, take this is all we can give you, or leave it. They didn't do that. So once again, that was the issue. But I feel like the honesty, I would much rather have that as a player, and for the front office to be like, hey, we're not going to bring you back. We don't feel like you're good enough in this system, or whatever it may be. I appreciate that, because that's the business of the NFL, and guys have to hear that.
But the timing of it, you're okay with too? Because I was thinking, why not just do that after the season? You're all right with it being 6 games? That part, I'm always trying, because we have fans and everybody's trying to figure out what that timing should look like.
Yeah, I think that it always starts the year before, right? Like, so the season before. So that's when we kind of started the discussions, was, the season before, going into the final year of my deal. So I'm pretty sure that's usually when it starts. Like, if most agents would do that, right? Like, why would you not? Why would you wait till mid-season to kind of come to them? But most of the time, you kind of have those conversations before the final year of your contract to say, hey, I want a new deal. What does this look like? So we kind of had that, but there wasn't much back and forth. So then it got to the middle of the season. We weren't doing well. And my agent was like, hey, like, we haven't heard from you guys. What's going on? We, kind of want to know. And that's when they said, we're not bringing it back. So if it does happen, like, middle of the season with 6 games left, then I just feel like that's not a proper time to do it. But our discussions happen, kind of beginning of the season.
All right, we got to let you go. We've kept you way longer. My last question is when they got Sky Moore, I saw a bunch of videos posted of you returning 3 punts for touchdowns in 2 years, and they have not had a punt. By the way, not only would they have gotten a big bargain at 3 for $9, but they also would have gotten a punt returner, because their special teams have been mid at best and usually a lot worse. How do things change for a football team when they got a guy that's a stud punt returner that can flip the field for them?
I mean, it's field position, man. You learn from all the coaches in the NFL. That's a big talking point, is field position. If you can get the ball to the offense, and especially this day and age with these kickers kicking 60-yarders like it's nothing, you get, 1, maybe 2 first downs, and it's automatic 3 points, right? So field position is huge. I just think that when my time in Green Bay was so important, just because we had, obviously Aaron Rodgers, which was the quarterback. We had an outstanding defense. So for me, it was just go out there, catch the ball, make sure the offense gets it. If I can get a first down after returning, let's do it. So it's very important.
Well, you got a lot more.
Boy, that mic held up great, Micah. The mic, no
Did
problems
it?
at all.
We all good?
Yeah, held up
Yeah, I
great.
don't know.
All set. We'll let
There
you
we
know
go.
when your shift is to fill in for Tausch when he's off. Micah, we
All
appreciate
right,
you
sounds
so
good.
much. I'm glad we got to catch up with you, buddy. Thanks.
Man, thank you guys. We'll talk soon.
That is Micah Hyde. Yeah, duh. I think was my favorite part.
That's
of that
probably going to get
conversation.
clipped, I'm guessing. That'll be clipped.
That's it for us today.
Clip of the day.
Thanks to Micah. Thanks to Tausch.
It'll be
Thanks
clip of the
to
day
you.
next week.
Maybe.
Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN